All right, good morning, everyone. I see that we are already getting confused by time zones, and that is pretty typical when it's posted in CST time, so fair enough. Like I said in chat, time zones are wacky. Not everyone's gonna get it, especially with NA time. Things get really confusing. Time zones aren't fun, but here we are. They probably just woke up. Yeah, hopefully they do fix the cop AI. But yeah, what's going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you live. Apparently, we've got people from all sorts of time zones getting confused, so. Thanks, Nuka King. I appreciate it. Yeah, they've got that beautiful yellow beaming countdown, as you can probably see on my face. Yeah, time zones usually get people. It's totally fine. I get it. I usually try to include time zone conversions in my videos, but I didn't really do a good job of that in my most recent videos, but I need to move my chat. Epic indeed, Jolly. Yo, what's up, Ethereal? The tech whiz. Yeah, we should hopefully see Transmog here. It's been in the works for quite some time. It's available in-game through console commands on PC. It's very basic there, so hopefully it's more advanced when they show it off, and it's not just a show hide feature, but we'll have to wait and see. Can't say to watch you at work, and yet you're still here typing in chat, so I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy work. You're playing Dying Light? Are you playing the first Dying Light or Dying Light 2? The Kitsune, thank you for the super chat. Yo, love the channel and what you do. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been active on the channel, so it's nice to be back. How many next-gen games on PlayStation right now? Is it 1 or 2? Yeah, there's a lot of cross-generation games so far. I think Horizon Forbidden West and like one other. Sipping on a strawberry real fruit slush from Sonic's. I don't think we have Sonic's here in Canada. You're a new sub as well? I believe your name is Tom, but your name... Yeah, Tom Cruise, upside down. Nice. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, there's a lot of new people to the channel over the last few days, so... I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy your stay. There'll be quite a lot of uploads over the next while. After this stream, of course, there'll be another upload. And then we'll go from there. Probably have a few Starfield videos coming as well. Aussie Tom Cruise. Down Under. Try them if you ever visit the States. Yeah, I'd have to see if they're actually in Canada or not. Is the update going live today? My best guess, I would say yeah. The last time they did a big event like this, which was for patch 1.5, they did shadow drop it during the event. So my best bet would be that they are going to drop it today. It would make the most sense to drop it today, especially because Edgerunners is releasing September 13th. And it would make most sense to release it beforehand, that way it's not overlapping. What are you most excited for with the event? Just to see new features in general, because we don't really know for sure what they're going to show. Don't know if I'm too excited for the Transmog system, because we don't know the full form of it, so. I really wanted to see New Game Plus, but they said that they're not showing that, which, as I said in my video, could just mean that they're not showing it at the event, but it's going to be in the patch, because I guess showing New Game Plus isn't really something you showcase, as all you really do is click Start New Game Plus, and that's it. So it's not exactly the most fascinating thing to show off, but we'll see. Oh man, cautiously hyped for Starfield. I love the starship building, but, you know, Bethesda. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things about Starfield that look really bad to me. I'll probably make a video on that. Especially just like some of the effects and everything in the game. They look more outdated than Fallout 4, for example. So, we'll see. I think that game has a lot of modding potential, though. You're hoping to see visual cyberware customization. Some NPCs walk around with really cool looking cybernetic limbs and implants. Yep, that'd be cool. Canada's so pretty. British Columbia with those trees and mountains. That is my true home, looks like in my mind. Yeah, it's really beautiful here. Take it for granted for sure. I barely leave the house, so. How long do you think the stream will be? They said the Night City Wire will be about 23 minutes. And then I think their red streams are usually about an hour to an hour and a half, if I recall correctly. But I might be wrong on that. As for the Night City Wire event, I would say that most of it's going to focus on Edgerunners, which not everyone's going to be excited about. Not everyone is into anime, and that's totally fine. But we are going to see some stuff for patch 1.6 during Night City Wire, and then the actual showcase and everything will be during the Red Streams event, which is taking place right after Night City Wire. Yep, I'm definitely an introvert. You're totally excited about Edgerunners? Yeah. There's actually quite a few people that I've seen that are excited for it. I'm not a huge anime person myself. I've just like recently started watching some stuff. But we'll see. Yeah, the animation. Yeah, the trailer looked really good. I didn't understand a single word in the trailer, but... Where do you think the expansion will take us? I don't know, there's been so many leaks and everything that it could be anything at this point. I really wanted to see a DLC for the Crystal Dome or whatever it's called. I can't remember. I can't remember the lore names and everything. The what is it called? Someone in chat post what the thing is at the end of the game. Yeah, Crystal Palace. Thank you. See, this is the wonderful thing about having a super short latency, is I can actually get an answer right away. It's no longer that like 30-second delay that you get on 4K. But yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of leaks about it just being an expansion around Pacifica, which, I don't know, that's like my least favorite location. I think there's a lot of potential for that location, but yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I do find it funny though, when you go to leave the map, in pretty much every direction it says there's no content here yet. So I feel like they had a lot of plans for expansions, and then just the launch ruined that. Yeah, not everyone's going to care about Edgerunners. That's fine. As long as you be patient with them, because of course this is the Edgerunner special. We're also going to be seeing Edgerunners content and missions added to the game, so I think that's pretty cool. They'll show us the jacket and gun we're getting. Yeah, if that were to be all that they show, there'd be a lot of angry people. For sure. Yeah, you want to be able to play after the end? Perhaps the ending where V lives in the mansion? Yeah. I don't know, man. There's so many things about there not being an end game that really frustrate me. Because the game gives you a lot of really cool rewards and things like the mansion, right? And then you don't get to use them. It resets you back. It's just really unfortunate. There's a lot there and not really anything to do with it. Like, by the time I had actually done the final mission, I was already max level, and I had already completed all the content, so when it gave me the final rewards for completing the game, I couldn't use it. Yeah, the trailer to me looked really good as well, and I'm not even a huge anime person. I really like that it was actually focusing on some of the Cyberpunk themes, rather than shying away from them. What is this about? So Night City Wire itself is going to be mostly about the Edgerunners anime, but there's also going to be some patch 1.6 news for Cyberpunk 2077. And then the event that's after it, which is REDstreams, is going to be a showcase on patch 1.6, the new features, content, and everything that's coming. We don't know everything that that's going to include. We'll have to wait and see, but again, it could either be a huge disappointment and there could not really be that much, or it could be bigger than a lot of people are expecting. I do find it a little weird that they're doing a whole Night City Wire event. I feel like they wouldn't do a whole Night City Wire event if it was just mostly Edgerunners that they were showing. Yeah, 1.6 is coming. Realistically, it should shadow drop today, but if not, I would say within the next 2 weeks. You're calling it, it's gonna suck. Yeah, that's fair enough. People have been let down a lot by CD Projekt Red over the last few years, so being pessimistic about future updates is totally fair. When will 2.0 come? Probably with the expansion. If not by then, never. But realistically, I do want to put out there, I think that this might actually be the last major update before the expansion, as these major updates usually take them like 6 months to release. And 6 months from now, unless my math is wrong, is going to be 2023. We're going to be nearing the expansion. So unless there's one more major update before the expansion and then we get the expansion, I think this might be the last one. But we'll see. You're also new to the channel. Welcome. Personally, you feel like you got more than your money's worth for Cyberpunk already, so any other content is a bonus. Yeah, I feel the same way. Not everyone's going to like Cyberpunk. A lot of people aren't going to be able to forgive CD Projekt Red for the mistakes that they made with the launch. I know this isn't going to be believable for a lot of people, but I personally didn't have that bad of experience at launch because I was fortunate enough to play it on a high-end PC. I had a 3090 by the time the game came out. So I had a pretty smooth experience. I didn't have any game-breaking bugs. I had one story quest break, and then just a quick reload 5 minutes previously fixed that for me. But people on console, especially the previous gen, and people that don't have as good of hardware, I can totally understand how they had a terrible experience. I've also seen my friends now play the game after patch 1.5 and have one of the worst experiences ever, so the bug experience is going to be different for everyone, and that's totally understandable. Think this game will get a sequel? Absolutely. Cyberpunk is way too big to not get a sequel eventually. And CD Projekt Red has already confirmed that they've split their studios so that a team is working on Cyberpunk at all times and another team is working on The Witcher. So they're going to be doing parallel development. CDPR management must learn their lesson. Love the synth pop music on the background, Epoxy. I need to double check that that's actually in the description, because this channel is absolutely killer, by the way. Okay, it's not. I'll go ahead and add it now. This is the... Got it right here. That right there is the channel that I use music from for like all my videos and my live streams. This channel is absolutely amazing. All their music is royalty free and copyright safe, so super appreciated. Like I don't think my videos would come across the way that they do without this music, so. Need to make sure that that's not playing in the background. How do you stay up to date on all the little updates around this game? Well, this is technically my job, so I spend most of the day just checking up on all the little things for Cyberpunk. Yeah, White Bat audio is great. I also use some music from Infraction. That's usually like my intro music. Cyberpunk is a great game. It's not the second coming though, and that's what it was hyped to be. Yeah, exactly. CD Projekt Red, I would say, mishandled the way that they marketed the game. I don't think they should have shown it way back in, I think it was 2018, when they only had like a vertical slice to show off. And it was way too early in development. They tried to get across the fact that, hey, this is in development, things are going to change. But you can't really do that with gamers because they're going to see all these really cool features and they're going to expect that at launch. Whether you tell them that things might not be the same at launch, that's what they're going to expect. You showed it to them. Taking it away afterwards is... Yeah, it was first announced way back. But I'm talking like the actual reveal back in 2018. Like the gameplay showcase that was, I think, like 45 minutes long. Aimed Ahead? I think I'm actually subscribed to that channel. I don't think I've ever used their music, though. So I'll have to look into it. Should have been delayed to late 2022 or early 2023 for a more polished experience. Yeah, it shouldn't have came out the way that it did at all. And that's coming from someone who had a good experience, seeing the experience that other people got. Yeah, way too early. Plus also, I know they said that they wanted to shorten the story because not a lot of people actually beat The Witcher 3's story. In fact, a lot of people didn't even leave the first location. So they wanted to shorten things so that people would actually finish the game and be able to experience the entire story, but I think they shortened it way too much. Weren't they getting threatened? Over what? Yeah. Should have scrapped the old gen versions and played down the marketing. Yeah, I agree. The old gen versions, you already know that there's technical limitations there, as they're not including certain things in the patch for previous gen because they can't, because of technical limitations. Like the game already runs absolutely horrible on those consoles and looks horrible on top of that. So anytime they try to add something new, it's just going to make things worse. Yeah, they got their source code, their source code, stroking out here, sorry. They got their source code and everything leaked, their game engine and everything. I would say that maybe that plays into why they're moving to Unreal Engine 5, but you played on PS4 Pro and you liked the game, just crashes and bugs annoyed you. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, some of the breakdowns from like Digital Foundry, for example, was a real eye-opener as a PC player to just how bad those console versions were. Like scenes that were dropping down to like 10 frames, for example. NPCs not loading in, like it looks like a PS2 game. Even on PC, I will say there were still some like visual bugs, like the cars looking super blocky, for example. Yeah, moving to UE5 has a ton of benefits. I don't think not everyone understands how good of a change Unreal Engine 5 could be for CD Projekt Red, as it makes hiring people a lot easier, onboarding people. Because Unreal Engine is... Most people in the games industry know how to use Unreal Engine 5, or Unreal Engine in general. But not everyone knows how to use Red Engine. This is your job. Do you really bring enough views to call this your job? I did bring enough views to call this my job before I started having heart issues. But to answer your question, I'm 24. But yeah, I brought in enough views to call this my job. A lot of YouTube channels will downplay the amount that they earn from monetization. There's also channels that have staff to pay, for example, so. I don't know if they necessarily shorten the story like afterwards, like they cut a bunch of things. I think that from the get-go, for the most part, they wanted to shorten the story because a lot of people didn't finish The Witcher 3. Like, you can even check the achievements. A lot of people didn't even leave the first location, so. I know a lot of people want a super long game, but the vast majority of gamers don't play super long games, or at least they don't finish them. Thank you, Cyrus. I appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the content. You re-downloaded 2077 last night, ready for today, 1.6 dropping today or not, we'll probably start a new run. Yeah. I remember when there was T-posing NPCs every 2 minutes, good old times. Yeah, I never had that issue at launch. Pretty sure that was mostly an issue on console, but I might be wrong. Maybe people were having that on PC. Thanks, Bailey Points. How you doing, Bailey? As I said in my video, I don't think we'll see the expansion at these events. The only reason why I say that is because usually when CD Projekt Red is going to show something big like that, they would make it be known. They might surprise us with it, as they do plan on showing off multiple surprises, but I don't think. That's just the reality of posting yourself online. People are going to ask you questions that they wouldn't otherwise ask any other human being out there in person. It's just the reality. People are just curious. They want to know, which is totally fair. I don't know if it was necessarily meant as an insult. I think they were just curious as to like whether or not views on my channel actually brings in. When will we see the expansion? Well, we know it's not coming until 2023. And realistically, they release their major updates like every 6 months or so. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't know. It could be another 6 months from now. That's the unfortunate reality. Yeah, a lot of people like to play that game. They like to compare with people. You're able to get the day off because you sprained the muscle in your calf at work. So you'll be able to watch live. Sweet. I mean, is that good for you or is that bad for you? Think they're ever going to add the final skill tree? I don't know. Are you talking about the relic? The relic that shows up at the bottom? That's the one thing that makes me question on whether or not maybe they're not going to do New Game Plus, but they're going to unlock like endgame stuff. But yeah, I found it really weird that they had that relic thing in there and they've never commented on it, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that's a NCR flag. I do not live in California. Don't tell my bosses, but I'm working from home. Don't worry, I won't. You're starting college on Monday. Congrats. I hope that's exciting for you. Well, neither, but I'm enjoying the day off. Hey, at least you get to watch this live. There's one benefit. Sprained your calf muscle, but you get to watch Night City Wire live. Besides Cyberpunk, what other games do you like or recommend? Well, right now I'm playing Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. That's a really good time. THQ Nordic was kind enough to send that to me. I do have a few videos that I'm working on for that. And then, as to other big games that I cover here on the channel and that I enjoy Fallout, of course. I enjoy the Elder Scrolls. As to what else, there hasn't been a whole lot. Like, I'm really enjoying the PlayStation games on PC. I loved God of War, loved Spider-Man. There are some weak points in Spider-Man, but I do like it. I do really like the Metro games. I haven't played Exodus yet, but I did actually play 2033 and Last Light for the first time back in, I think it was 2019. Am I excited for Starfield? I'm keeping my eye on Starfield, but I'm not necessarily super excited for it, no. I do think it sort of looks like Fallout in space, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I think I'll probably make a video on, pointing out that I'm not a huge fan of. I'll also point out the things that I do like. I don't want to be super negative, but yeah, I'm from Canada. Should actually be linked on the stream. Yeah, exactly. Taper expectations on Starfield. The game, I don't know. Their move to, or their upgrades for Creation Engine 2, some of it looks good, and then, I don't know, some stuff in that game looks really bad. And once again, in that trailer, as I did with Cyberpunk, there's a lot of issues that you can see in the Starfield trailer. Like, I'm talking NPCs spinning their heads around, and just super wacky bugs and issues going on in that trailer, and it's really stuttery as well. The performance looks really bad, but I don't know. You apply to be a QA tester for Bethesda, maybe you'll test it. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I really like sci-fi, I like space and everything, and I know they're going for this whole NASA punk theme. But yeah, I don't know, it could be either really good or just a massive letdown. Which, again, that's pretty much every release, so. Have I played Mass Effect? No, I have actually not. It has been in my Steam library for a very long time. I even bought the Legendary Edition, or whatever the remasters were called, with the intention to play it, and then never did. You're at work, but you had to watch live? I like to know how all of you get away with watching a live stream at work. Are you just like hiding in the back? My question is there anyone here that pulled an all-nighter just to watch this? Because that's what I used to do for Night City Wire events. Thankfully, didn't do that this time. Yeah, I know I'll like Mass Effect. Yeah, I love sci-fi, I love space. It's right up my alley. I know a lot of people hate Star Wars nowadays, but I am a Star Wars fan. New Vegas is a great game. For sure. Could be on the toilet at work. For how long? Yo, Nihal, how you doing? It's almost 10 p.m. in Bangkok. Perfect timing. Sweet. Just before bed. Yeah, working from home has its perks. Do you think that they could add new iconic weapons? Definitely. We do know that they're going to be showing off multiple new weapons, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got some iconics. Especially in regards to Edgerunners. I think they'll want to add some new iconic stuff for that. Gotta give us some good rewards, so. Hey, what's up, 21? You're from Serbia? I know Serbia. Could I point it out on the map? Probably not. Unfortunately, I wish I could go back in time, as I didn't take school very seriously. Some of it I did. But stuff like social studies, nope. That was like one of my least favorite classes. Did they say how long Night City Wire and REDstreams will be? Night City Wire will be about 23 minutes. As for REDstreams, it'll probably be about like an hour. Alright, 14 seconds, and we're good to go. I almost pressed stop streaming. That would have been absolutely terrifying. Alright. Let's go ahead and pause this. Turn that on. That right there, that annoying noise was why I had that muted, by the way. And then let's switch to this. If you guys want me to disable the chat on screen, just let me know. Let's go! Night City Wire. Disable chat? Alright.
Hello and welcome to this special episode of Night City Wire, the show from us at CD Red, where we talk all things Cyberpunk 2077. This is the month of Edgerunners, and today is packed with content. We got trailers, interviews, and some Night City Wire exclusives coming your way. We'll start with checking in with one of the creators of the show, Bartosz Tybor, to see if I can get any more secrets about the show before it releases on Netflix September 13th. Then, we'll dive deeper into the next game content release for Cyberpunk 2077, which we're calling, you guessed it, the Edgerunners update. And it goes live later today.
Later today, there we go.
Finally, we're catching up with game director Gabe Amatangelo to discuss the past, present, and future of Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, it's so good to hear.
There's plenty of surprises in store for this segment, so make sure to stick around until the end.
Yeah, called it.
Let's kick the show off with an Edgerunners trailer from famed anime creators Studio Trigger.
It just makes so much more sense to shadow drop it during the same.
We'll feel like home while watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners. It's the same city, same streets, same cars, same guns. You will also meet the same characters, from the game. I won't spoil anything, but I think if you're a fan, you'll be totally excited.
It looks like
I am for sure, because I watched already 10 episodes, and there were some characters which I was very happy to see, and I did not expect them, so that was really cool.
But also, don't worry if you don't know the game, because Cyberpunk Edgerunners is a standalone story that will suck you in. I think it's amazing. You will fall in love with characters, with the city, and with David. And I think that after you experience what David is doing in the anime, you will try to recreate it in the game.
What about the style of anime and cyberpunk? What do you think about this marriage? So does this work in your opinion?
When I'm thinking about cyberpunk, I see a few things. I see Neuromancer, a book by William Gibson, Blade Runner, a book and a movie, and two great animes, Akira and Ghost in the Shell. So if you are doing a TV series that is not live action, for me personally, it has to be anime format. I think it's just the perfect fit.
Okay, you mentioned Akira and Ghost in the Shell. How can we compare these two cult classics to Cyberpunk Edgerunners?
They are different.
Tried to fast forward to get the game
Cyberpunk has much more palm trees, but the main difference for me personally is the city. Night City is always the main protagonist or antagonist. So it's never about one linear story, about one character. It's always about a bunch of very compelling, unique people that have problems, love interests, and dreams. So that's the main difference.
The vending machine.
We are not telling a story, we are telling stories.
Yeah, and that's also really cool because, like you mentioned, the characters, they are very relatable, and when you
the patch is coming today.
You are rooting for them. You already are picking favorites and characters that you kind of can associate yourself with, which was something that I did subconsciously just by watching.
So, who's your favorite?
Actually, Rebecca is my favorite.
Yeah, Rebecca.
She has a couple nuts loose, but she's really cool. Okay, we saw in the trailer that
it's coming today.
The anime is made in collaboration with Studio Trigger. For those that don't know Studio Trigger, I know, but some maybe don't. What are they known for?
Okay, so first of all, Studio Trigger, huge love. They are legends. They created one of the best animes in the world. Darling in the Franxx, Kill La Kill,
really talented.
A Little Witch Academia. And before creating Studio Trigger, they also worked on a cult classic called Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Nice. Yeah, I watched that one, loved it to bits, and I still go back from
Cyberpunk Edgerunners t-shirt
because it's like you said, it's a classic.
It is, yeah.
So what was Studio Trigger's involvement on Cyberpunk Edgerunners? What were they responsible for?
We created a story and then gave all the scripts to Studio Trigger, and they adapted it into anime format. Because the idea was we wanted to create a very CD Projekt Red story. So grounded, gritty, and especially character-driven. But what we wanted to have was unique visuals, and you saw the trailer, right? Studio Trigger are the most stylish people in the anime business. Their storytelling is over the top, and the camera movement is like a roller coaster ride. Yeah. So our story, their visuals, it's perfect fit.
Yeah, and the animation style is also like very over the top. When you see all the action scenes, they're so fine-tuned and so dynamic that it breathes a little bit more like life to the whole thing, which I personally really enjoyed. So we touched a little bit upon the story. So without spoiling anything, what can we expect in terms of the story and David's kind of route in Night City? What can we expect here?
Okay, so David will be fighting dinosaurs on Mars and stuff like no, I'm joking, but it's imagine it's 10 episodes of mercenaries' life in Night City. That's a lot. So David will be experiencing a lot of things. He will meet crazy Edgerunners. He will fight gangsters, and we have 8 gangs in Night City. He will meet cyber psychos, but also there will be a car chase scene, a motor chase scene, even a car chase scene with an ambulance. We will have 1 kiss or maybe 2, including one on the moon. So maybe David will fall in love, but
Jurassic Park confirmed for expansion.
I am already sold. I watched
23 minutes for Night City Wire.
We'll watch it again once it airs on Netflix.
I think like another hour for REDstreams.
Bartek, thank you for the interview. It's always amazing to talk to you. And yeah, always a pleasure. That's all about the anime for now. We're looking forward to binging the series once again as soon as it airs on Netflix.
Only 11 minutes
Up next, we're going to talk about the upcoming
half.
game update for Cyberpunk 2077.
Interesting.
In a moment, we'll join game director Gabe Amatangelo to learn more. But before we do that, check out the Edgerunners update trailer.
Please. Please be good.
Get your beauty sleep?
That's a good sound.
Time you got up.
Hey, fast forward worked. Just gotta watch one more trailer. That looked like in-game. And I don't think that actually moves on the tracks in-game,
and
does it?
NC ain't a city that lets you get by without buddies.
They got rid of the gorilla arms. Oh, damn it. Those buggers. It actually went back, got rid of the gorilla arms, and refilmed that scene.
Balance, friendship, love.
Re-download the game right now. No multiplayer. Cameron. Damn it. I love how they're doing like the back and forth to give you kind of that connection. I'm actually gonna watch it. I didn't know that there was going to be an English dub. It's really cool that they're doing multiple dubs. New content September 6th, today. Watch as we get mini games on the arcades. Like, why else are they showing this?
Oh crap! Sorry, we're on.
Are they releasing a mobile game?
I was actually thinking of a non-scripted way in order to tell you about something awesome, which is Road Trace, and you can play it later today on your phone. Yes, on Android or iOS. It's coming. It's free to play.
Road Trace.
Has no microtransactions, and it's freaking awesome.
No microtransactions. Interesting. For a mobile game.
Gabe, did you see this?
I have.
Does it have enough?
I've seen early versions of it too.
It's freaking amazing.
It's very cool. Yes.
Yeah.
And you play it in the game, in the Cyberpunk game as well.
Yeah, and now you can also play it on your phone. Perfect.
We'll talk about that more later, I guess.
Yeah, we will.
You just said you can play it in game?
Yeah, but enough about that.
All right.
We're here to talk about
I can't tell if I'm high or not.
We're here to talk about the game.
Yes.
But I'll introduce myself.
Yes, if you could, and tell
did say
everybody
that.
what you're
So unless
responsible
he
for when it comes
misspoke.
to Cyberpunk 2077.
Sure. My name's Gabe Amatangelo. I'm game director of Cyberpunk 2077,
No
post-launch for the
microtransactions for
updates
16
and the
big.
upcoming expansion.
How lucky we are.
Upcoming expansion.
What?
I'm just saying it's surprising because
I
they're a
did the
business.
Delayed it
I did
like
the
that?
Stewie turn.
We'll get to that though.
All right.
We'll get to that.
Yes, we will.
But about that, before we get to all that, let's kind of go back in time. Let's talk about
Games and
the
games
past
confirmed.
and the updates that were happening for Cyberpunk 2077. So what, in your opinion, is kind of the landmark update for the game that you think had the biggest influence? Like, there was a lot of stuff going on recently.
Well, I'd say it's a combination of 1.5 and 1.3. Ton of bug fixes. Also, sort of a kind of overhaul and re-architecture for a bunch of fundamental systems to get it working smooth across all platforms, as well as to set the stage for future features and updates and stuff like that.
So you started about 1.5. I want to continue with that. What's your feeling about Cyberpunk 2077 and how the game feels and looks right now after that update?
Good. I think, like I said, we smoothed out a bunch of stuff, and I think Cyberpunk 2077 can be kind of fully experienced as intended for the world, the characters, enjoying the story, that kind of stuff. We also had an opportunity to get in some of the community requested features, such as going to the mirror in your apartment and being able to do some cosmetic updates, being able to get new apartments and customize them to some extent. A bunch of different little things like cleaning up the map, the user experience, getting rid of some of the pain points in general. Just to kind of smooth out the experience. The real flow was kind of bug fixing, or focus, I should say, bug fixing, smoothing out the experience, and getting the architecture in place for future updates.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then, of course, sorry to interrupt, but of course,
okay, that's all they said.
The actual sort of next-gen kind of fidelity with the different visual modes and stuff like that. Beautiful, very dense Night City. And very moody Night City, being able to experience in the next-gen consoles as well as PC. Hugely beautiful.
Dude, now I just wanted to say I'm even more excited to replay the game myself.
Actually, no, I'm staying.
So yeah, thank you for that.
Might actually
we're
be
talking
good.
about the present. So we have the Edgerunners update, which is freaking amazing. We saw the mashup trailer with similarities between the anime as well as what we kind of see in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, what will we see with this update that connects Edgerunners to the world of 2077?
So yeah, really fun cooperation with the anime, as we saw, just like stuff straight out of Night City world there in the game. You'll be able to get Martinez's jacket, wear it. It takes place during the same kind of timeline. They don't cross paths, but we do have a quest that kind of seeds in some of the stuff and some of the Easter eggs from the anime. You'll be able to get a weapon inspired by the anime as well, which is fun. So a number of different kind of Easter eggs and kind of tie-ins.
Was that iconic?
What about
I can't tell if that's a new weapon or
things
not.
that are not
Looks like the
connected
shotgun.
to the anime? Because I know there's a couple really cool things that you wanted to highlight for this update also.
Yeah. Wardrobe. That's the big one, right?
Nice.
AKA Transmog, AKA being able to completely customize and tailor your outfits as you want to.
Oh my goodness, it's actually a good Transmog.
The visuals
wow.
of what you currently have equipped.
I was not expecting that.
We also updated the Ripper docs that you can go to them and do some resculpting of your face,
oh my
of your
goodness,
body.
yes.
We added new options in entirely for all this stuff, as well as some of the cosmetics and hair and stuff like that you can still do at your mirror. You can also do that at the Ripper doc as well. There's a bunch of things in this update. I would say we're releasing those patch notes. Check out the patch notes. Xbox Series S new
We'll go through the
mode
patch notes if they show up.
Community. And of course, Road Trace. It's the first of our sort of in-game arcade cabinets that you can actually play in the game.
Games, nice.
And you're playing as that mythical beast from a faraway land named after a fish and not a smoking paraphernalia or a gross bug, but a fish. This is
an
what the
actual
IP
good
gods
Transmog
had told me.
Yes, true. And,
customization for cyberware.
Yes, Nibbles
in-game games,
photo mode, in various different
Nibbles in photo mode.
Like
nice.
Exactly. Customize. So post your pictures.
Yeah. Perfect. Moving on now, more into the future, what can we expect in terms of upcoming updates for Cyberpunk 2077? Any teasers for us? What's in the future?
Sure, yeah. So 1.6 is the last major update for the old gen consoles.
Old gen,
going
okay,
forward,
here we go.
remember I was talking about we're kind of overhauling some systems and laying the groundwork for future stuff.
Has to happen.
Hugely requested feature from the community is coming up, and that is a complete overhaul to the cop system as well as vehicle-to-vehicle combat. It gives you a whole new feel and dimension and immersion to the city and enjoying Night City. Really excited about it. Watch out for max tap.
Keep in mind, this is future.
There's only so much I'm allowed to say right now because it's a future update. But we're doing a bunch of stuff in future updates. New kind of gameplay loop for Melee, a bunch of new actions in the perk tree, more cyberware feeling cyberware, a lot of fun things that the team really kind of wants to get out there to the community and working hard on.
All right, you said that this is the last major update for older gen consoles. Can we expect any smaller updates and tweaks in between?
Definitely, there's gonna be some smaller updates, primarily focused on tech support to keep it all running smooth. But yes, all new future features and content on the current gen consoles as well as PC.
Okay, I will not let you off the hook without telling me more.
I would consider it old gen.
There's something
about the upcoming expansion. You're the game director for it, so what can we expect in that? Because everybody's dying to know, and I also want to know.
Please.
So yeah, spill the beans.
All right. So we're really excited. We're having a lot of fun with it. It's a new kind of style of a plot we're having fun with. New cast of characters, expanding on a district in Night City where it primarily takes place. We're having...
Primarily takes place.
Better than me saying, let's show a short teaser clip. So
there's actually a teaser. You brought something with you.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So short teaser to get
We're getting way more than I thought we were.
Bit of, what's to come. Check it out.
All right, let's watch it. Thank you for the interview, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
I, V, do solemnly swear.
I, V, do solemnly swear.
That I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America.
That I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America.
On behalf of all Americans, I thank you for your service.
You know, taking that oath.
Bro.
Bad idea.
Holy shit. Wow. Phantom Liberty. 2023. Wow. We've already gotten way more information than I was expecting.
Johnny Silverhand is coming back, and so am I. Get ready for Phantom Liberty, the upcoming expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. It's awesome to be back playing the role of Johnny, and I hope you're excited to see him rocking out once more in the dark future. Keep an eye out for more info, and I'll see you again in Night City.
You heard it here first. Phantom Liberty is the name, and Keanu's in the game.
So awesome.
That's all I have for you today, but that's not the end. REDstream is about to start soon with even more info on today's game update. See you next time, and enjoy.
Oh my god. Wow. My expectations were very low after we learned that New Game Plus wasn't coming. And then we just got way more information than I was expecting. So to clarify, patch 1.6 is going to have an in-game minigame, the Roach Race game. We're going to have actual like cyberware customization. We're going to have an actual good Transmog, and it's already started. Nice.
My name is Alicia Kozera. I will be your host today. Together with me, we have
I was expecting
Amelia,
to have
my
to
fellow
wait.
Community manager.
Hello, everyone.
Miles,
Hey, we got 666 viewers. We gotta chill.
Hey, everyone.
Let's increase
Super excited to be here.
Get me off that number.
Patrick, franchise and lore designer.
Howdy, everybody. Good to see you all again.
Yeah.
Thank you for the introductions. And before we start, I have one small message to you guys watching us on Twitch right now. Unfortunately, we are not live with you right now. Over the past weeks, we've been busy traveling around the world, showing Edgerunners to everyone, working on the patch. basically having a lot on our plate.
Great day indeed.
So we won't be able to answer your questions.
Yeah,
from
we
the
got
chat,
an expansion
but
tease.
We know
You
very
should be
well
able to
what you
scroll
just
back
saw in Night City
in the stream if you want to quickly
Wire,
watch that
this is
tease.
the expansion.
The teaser trailer actually looked really good.
Phantom Liberty. I'm so hyped for this. I genuinely think it will be a great expansion. Those of you guys who've been
patch 1.6 I don't think will be enough for a lot of people to get back into the game, but I think hearing about the future, there'll be a lot to look forward to. It's not ending as soon as I thought it was going to.
Seeing what people say about it.
All I want to say is hell yeah. That's it.
Yeah, we'll be seeing your reactions online, guys.
Yeah,
but you know, expansion, that's still a little time away. And today we have the Edgerunners update, which you will actually be able to
just
play
like stuff
right
on your
after
face,
the stream.
like probably being able to customize some cyberware
version
stuff.
will be 1.6. And we are here to tell you about all of the changes, additions, fixes that we did.
There's good news in my books. A cautionary tale. One David Martinez ignored. Interesting. See, the only thing about them showing that entire thing... Yeah, 1.6 is coming to last gen.
What in the fuck?
Just not any of the future updates or anything.
Wow, that was intense.
I love it. It's so violent, but it kind of really hits home to how... I guess, you know, it's very in line with our idea of how we've built Cyberpunk and the world around it, right? Also, the Sandevistan, holy shit.
Cool stuff. I think it's really neat watching the anime. If you've played the game, you're going to see a lot of places from the game in the anime. In fact, you know, Studio Trigger did a really great job of making the anime feel like it takes place in not just the same world, but the same city, the same place as the game. It's really cool.
It said,
they really got
will
it,
you?
And Studio Trigger, they were great to
Sorry
work
about
with.
that.
I think they got it, and I'm looking forward to people's responses to the anime.
Yeah, I think some people have seen it also in the teasers that were already released, right? Like, as someone who's worked on the game, and I'm sure as you know, if you
does this mean I can finally watch the Three Mouths
you'll not get out of the
Can you imagine?
You'll not be able to stop looking at the thing going like, oh my god, I know this, I know that, I've seen that, oh they did this and all that. The references and shoutouts are sheer endless. It's so faithful, and I don't know, it's just get a kick out of watching it because of that.
Oh yeah, so guys, we cannot wait to see your comparisons, like, you know, the Holocaust UI, the hacking, it's straight from the game in the anime, so it's really great to watch it. Anyway, this quest, this is only the beginning to find out.
It really helps with, you know, making sure that you can look the way you want to look like in the game, and I think this is the big important.
Hey, there's what I'm talking about. I don't understand why there's
also help you
so intent on showing a bunch of clothing changes when it's in first person.
To see how it would look on your
because
feed.
It's one of the #1 requested things.
And speaking of, you know, feeling
like it's the one of the #1 requested realistic things. Asking for third person, asking for multiplayers and realistic.
To visit very special place.
You're asking for fundamental changes of the game.
We'll say like
I know there was a Ripper Doc back here.
Exactly.
Okay, so 1.6, the fashion
change, you can actually change your appearance at the Reaper Dogs, and we're not only talking about the mirror changes with your hair and your makeup and stuff like that. If we scroll a little bit down, you can actually change the shape of your face.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you'll do the whole you know, plastic surgery.
No, there's no third person.
Again, you know.
I don't see that ever happening.
Feel that day, I suppose.
It would require an extreme amount of effort
so much, but like finally,
and time.
Finally, V has become a bit less nervous after 2 years after launch almost. You know,
we got her on Adderall prescription. Got her some Adderall.
Yeah, they said they added, I think, new hairstyles, but they also added.
Yeah, so she's not gonna fidget that much either here in the changing
the third person mod is extremely
as well as in the character creator at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, but wait, there's a little more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's always more. New hairstyles.
Yes, as you can see, We've added some new hairstyles.
Some familiar hairstyles?
Some of which you may know, yeah.
No beard options.
There's about a dozen of each, yeah, for male and female body types.
Yes.
Yeah, I personally see, like, I like roaming in third person, like you saw in some of my videos with the third person mod.
Rogue today.
But, like, actual gameplay, I would never use third person.
Let's go rogue.
Just like I do with Fallout and the Elder Scrolls.
I'm just gonna quickly change
and look at that volume.
But there are people that prefer third person.
Yeah.
There are people that can only play third person because of motion sickness. So that I understand. Unfortunately, this entire game was designed around the idea of first person. Like, huge story elements, like Johnny, for example,
got that hairstyle just
are meant to be seen in first person.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, probably. And okay, I look great. I feel great, so let's go to this.
Time to hit Jig Jig Street.
Yes.
No beard option, the term
need some
half-baked
cool
comes to
pictures.
mind for some reason.
I was hoping we'd go to our date with Hanako at Embers, but I guess Jig Jig will work for now.
Yeah,
I don't think people understand how big an ask of third person is for this game. They would have to fundamentally change the game.
Next to Hanako.
Not only would they have to deal with level design, they would have to reanimate everything that's done in first person. Combat, like weapon animations.
Well, she's already
every movement
80s,
that
I think,
V does, the dodging
In her 80s?
by NPCs,
She doesn't look like that.
the leaning, everything.
She's got the best chrome.
They would also have to, if they do third person in dialogue, they would have to animate V's face, for example.
I think I like this spot. There's a nice reflection on the water.
Yeah, it's
great. You knew a guy that would get PTSD rattled by first person gameplay. Yeah, there's a lot of real reasons for people to play in third person,
being there and
those I totally understand.
Awesome pictures
I'm just saying it's unrealistic to expect.
Facebook, Twitter, what have you, right? And as such, together with these style changes, we figured we cannot go without adding further updates to the photo mode.
A man of culture.
And I mean, you've already seen it. Our latest addition to the photo mode is now Nibbles.
Nibbles. You can take cat pictures in Cyberpunk now. Good stuff. I really love our photo community. They're wonderful.
Stray crossover confirmed.
I'm on Twitter and I get tagged into people's photos and I see them all the time and I love them. It's great. This is one of those features that when I found out that we were working on this feature,
you didn't appreciate the one night stand?
Because I wasn't a photo mode guy. But this game actually got me into photo mode. I'm nowhere near as good as the people who spend all their time on it, but I think it's a really cool feature.
It's the same for me. I started out like
it's like he's peeing down the drain.
Not really using it, but then games like Ghost of Tsushima or even Cyberpunk, like you kind of like, maybe I'll try.
I'm impressed with how their game is running with ray tracing.
You spend like an hour posing the perfect photo, right?
Yep, and they did add transmog, and it's actually a good transmog system.
Like the stuff that people
you go to the wardrobe in any of your apartments or safe houses,
really
and then you can actually create slots of like different outfits.
Hired some people
I think it's like 5 or 6 slots.
Basically, whose credentials were that they were really good.
It won't mess with your stats.
Right? And as a game
FSR 2.0, we don't know. Probably won't show it off in this, but if it is in there, it'll be in the patch notes, which I'll cover later.
There's a bit of a potential to make it a career even.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have the entire in-game photography department in our company, so
yeah, I totally agree.
This is definitely something to consider if
dropping last gen support
like
is just a smart move.
Photo mode.
Unfortunately.
Okay, additional to Nibbles, we also have like a few other small tweaks, right? Like you can now do this, rotate all the way to 90 degrees, I think. And
okay, so the patch still hasn't released. We're good. We're good.
I think.
We don't gotta freak out yet.
Some Edgerunners stickers, so you have more stuff to play.
Yeah, I do agree.
Right now.
With REDstreams, they do spend a little bit too much time on certain things.
But yeah, so make sure it's good, okay?
But this is for people goofing around, having fun with stuff they've been working on. So
on that, and also have a little bit of for everyone.
Well, it is a really good-looking game. It is a really good-looking game.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I still have some eddies to spend, guys.
Okay,
let's go gambling.
What we did gambling. I thought we came for
gambling
or something else.
Later,
do you hear the disappointment in chat right now from this?
We just got trolled again.
Oh my!
Free road race machines.
I hope that will remedy any disappointment I was just. Look at this.
Yeah, exactly. It's wholesome.
This is a cool feature. This is neat. This is another
just
one
for
of those
people
things
having fun,
people
showing stuff that they've been working on.
People really wanted this to be able to, have more of these immersive activities.
Got to remember, every once in a while, these are human beings.
We've been trying to respond to. The wardrobe is even part of that. The extra apartments have been part of that as well. And wow, we failed out of that one pretty quick.
Nobody saw that. Let's try again.
Let's try again. If you like this feature,
what have they gone over? So
thing,
in this patch, they have a full transmog system. It's actually a good one. You go to the wardrobe.
This was a lot of fun for us to work on. And
you
I think
actually
it's really
have multiple
cool.
slots that you can create different outfits with the
see
stuff that you have, and it doesn't affect your stats.
Pretty cool.
There's some cyberware customization, new haircuts, new weapons, a new gig,
you can actually play
mini games,
Cyberpunk 2077,
specifically only this mini game.
We ported this game.
They also showed off a teaser for the expansion.
Or iOS device, on the
and then they also said that an NCPD overhaul is coming and
a few
other things.
Now.
I'll break it all down in a
compete
video
with your
later
friends.
today.
There's a scoreboard
also a mobile game of the same road race.
It's fucking amazing. Look at that dynamic day and night cycle. What a
beautiful,
dedicated
beautiful.
Right? It's amazing. And yeah, we figured, if we're already making it, this to jump to MOBA from there is so relatively,
the good old roach
speaking,
bugginess.
Why not? Right?
Not a problem.
Oh, it's Novigrad.
Now we're in Novigrad. Cool stuff.
I love it. And the cool thing is also that we usually, when we do these things, right, it's fun in by itself, but we always try to kind of tie it into our game world and ground it a bit more into what you're doing, right? So actually you can earn some awesome rewards from playing this game inside Cyberpunk. So if you end up being good, you can train on the mobile app, right? Anywhere now. If you reach and break some high scores, you'll be contacted by a game developer of this world. I'm gonna say
CDPR arcade.
No reference. No reference
at all.
And none at all. And you may get some awesome rewards. So it's worth it to dive into this.
Cool.
Check it out.
This is Road Race. It's a mobile game, but it's also now available in-game, or will be with patch 1.6.
Amazing at this game to get the end-game rewards. However, the scoreboard on the mobile app is a multiplayer.
All right, Joe. Hope you enjoy work.
How you match up.
I know not everyone does, but
yes,
exactly.
Hope you have a great day.
That's legit, just me.
I think one last thing to mention is also that these arcades are of course accessible. I think, and wherever there's arcades in Night City almost, and
there's quite a bit of places with arcades.
Yes. Actually, when we were at the apartment near the wardrobe, we skipped that part, but there was an arcade machine in our apartment. Okay, Amalia, I think
we're done.
I know you're try harding right now.
Nobody knows that.
You'll be able to spend all of your time in the apartment. Just it's really.
Yeah, you gotta remember that they recorded all this live, so they have one person playing, the other people are talking.
It's all there.
Okay, we got to 8th place, so that's not bad. Oh, and we got the text message.
Yeah, we got the text message. Get back into the game. See, they're telling me to get back to the game.
Because you have to get good, because only from the place 5 and higher you get some rewards.
Okay,
no, I think the arcades have been there.
We're done and after the stream.
It's also in a week from now when you stop playing, you will get a reminder text going hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Come back.
These red streams they do quite frequently.
Okay,
and it's usually
so
just the developers talking.
Now it's the time to show the next feature that we actually added in this patch, which is called cross progression. So right now, as you can see, there are some different icons visible on a save list. Once you actually enable your cross progression, you enable it by crossing RB on your controller.
Is this just
and then logging into
old gen to
the
new
link
gen,
or via QR code that will be visible in that.
They noted that the NCPD overhaul is coming in a future update, not 1.6, but a future update.
Quick save,
they are working on it.
Save. We instantly
they said they're overhauling it from the ground up.
Synced with our cloud, and will be available for you on your different platforms. So for example, if I want to continue from this point, from this save on my PlayStation or Xbox, I can just go do that. Or when I get tired on sitting you know, in front of my TV, and someone from my family would like to actually watch some on TV. I don't know why people still do that, but they do. So, you know, I can just go back to my PC and continue from there without
across
losing,
platforms?
My progress.
They probably want to watch Edgerunners. That's what they want to watch.
Yeah.
Am I understanding this correct?
I can forgive them that.
Interesting.
So yeah.
This isn't very common.
As you can see,
I'd imagine this will have some technical
autosave
issues,
mark
but
and manual save, which
I guess we'll see.
Actually gonna load in right now.
Interesting.
And we're going to do some combat
Kill some
now.
things. Oh, sorry. Okay.
I've not tried
kill some things.
modding
Okay.
Cyberpunk on my Steam Deck.
You know, he's just
but
calling
I
things
can try
how
in the
they're
future
called,
if you'd
so
like.
I mean,
what I'm gonna do.
No point. Sorry, no
Can't
point in
actually see
beating
it. It's
around
right
the
here.
bush because
I do plan on having some Stream Deck videos in the
bit more
future.
content for you guys.
Steam
Ah,
Deck.
I mean,
Sorry,
new
I have a Stream Deck
weapons.
too. Get confused
Tools
sometimes.
of Mayhem. Yeah, how many weapons do we have? We have introduced, I think, we're
The
introducing
Cutomatic?
like 6
I think like
new melee
11
weapons.
in general, yeah.
11.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna
Yeah,
showcase
so
only
these
a few
three we
today.
covered.
We're also in the process of modifying existing weapons. So to make them even cooler. One of them is the
Modifying
sniper
new
rifle
weapons.
05. I think you get it during the brawling quest line. And
Interesting.
that one has always had a bit of oomph to it through some explosion damage that was, you know, like explosion type damage that was dealing. But we figured
Yeah, exactly. These
in,
are
in
these are
line with
post-launch
the power
updates.
fantasy
These
that
aren't
this game is
expansions, just
supposed to provide
updates.
you guys. We'd go a bit further.
Thanks for making that point.
Cool.
Oh, this is just... I can't get enough of that. Why? Who needs explosive barrels when you can just shoot explosions?
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm doing something illegal? I'm doing something very illegal.
There's this other one. I honestly I forgot.
Yeah, the
name of
shotgun
it,
is
but I
looking
know it's,
way
like,
better
you know,
and
the
sounding
new
way
ones that we're
better
trying to
now that
add,
it's
they're trying to make them
actually
unique and
finished.
like their unique flavor and all that.
You
So
can
this
see
is
how
a
these look
fully
in game
automatic,
right now on
shotgun.
PC by adding them to your inventory. And
Yeah.
It's like a
they're
Durham
definitely
Polytechnic,
unfinished.
I think.
Here they're
I don't know
looking
what
and
it's
sounding
called. I've
great.
forgotten what it's called.
We have the name somewhere, but like they're so technical, and I'm honestly, you know, it's a shooty thing.
Yeah.
You said 11 new weapons. I am interested
So
to,
you have
like you
16
said, if
firearms
that's
to play
11 new
with.
weapons or if it's...
Either get them from some
Variants?
vendors, find them around the world.
I'll definitely
or
cover that.
Maybe complete some quests.
Yeah, Steam Deck is
and also
lacking
5 new
modding
melee
videos for
weapons.
sure.
Oh, I can see that we have the chain sword, so called.
No, this is what it looks like when
Budget
Yes,
arms.
automatic.
My favorite
you play with a
manufacturer.
controller.
They manufacture for the little people, for everyone.
Second Amendment is
The
not
patch 1.6 is releasing today.
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
So,
Now-
Yeah, the 05 is looking good.
how do we get these guys? How
Yeah.
do we get these?
I'm
Well,
just
it
having
It's a
fun
juicy,
right now.
explosive
so
sniper now.
I'll let you guys
Which I don't think it was before.
Okay, well, it depends. Like I said, some you can find at various vendors. Some you can find around the world, dropped somewhere by some mobs or just laying around, and some you can get from the geeks.
Yeah, I am
because
interested
we
to see
actually
just
added
the
a few
size.
additional geeks to the game.
The size of the update.
This was the moment Amelia was
I'm gonna open
supposed to
up
show
Steam
it on
just-
the map, but
just so
I
that I
see
can
that she's very busy.
Patiently wait.
Yes. Sorry, I was just checking if I'm safe.
Nothing better than
So
like
yeah,
that.
I think one of them is right here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for example, and somewhere down here was that I was ready. I actually checked that one. Wink, wink. But yeah, there will be a few of them, so you might want to recheck your mini map.
One
For
thing maybe, if you're in it, because we already, one of the melee weapons is also the Neurotoxin Knife, right? So it's a toxic knife.
It's nice to see that this is
we've been
actually
reworking
animated
our
now.
systems, as you may have
The
noticed,
chain sword.
quite a bit since launch, and that is also reworking how we use
Yeah,
work with
the,
throwing
the
knives and
fuck
all
you
that
and
stuff,
everything
right?
around you,
As
gun.
another step, we've been adding some more poison-related perks and reworking existing ones. Which now should allow for more synergy between
My Steam doesn't want to open, apparently.
weapon and general poison
Interesting.
weapons and all of that stuff. And I think it opens up like some room for new cool builds. That,
Straight out of
that you
Warhammer
guys can
40k. Yeah, it
try
reminded me of
getting into this
the Ripper in Fallout, which might have actually been a reference. I'm
We've
not
been
sure,
trying
but-
to, keep the gameplay fresh and keep changing things around to
Oh, cattail.
do some. I see your visitor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a lot better than I expected
as well.
on
my lap.
Yeah, she heard nibbles and he was like, wait,
Dark Tide looks like a good game.
Cat. That one doesn't even have fur. Look at me.
Okay, guys, I run out of enemies too.
Okay, cool.
That's how I feel.
So maybe we can sum up a little bit. We showed some of the DLCs, some of the changes. What do we have? We have the wardrobe system, the arcade machines, road race specifically. We have new weapons for you, additional geeks that give you some of those weapons. Some of them you have to find. You can change your character at Reaper Dogs.
Reset the enemies.
Oh,
so
one
really,
thing.
Yeah.
Secrets. We had a few more of those. Yeah.
Yes.
Added a few secrets. Yes.
We've added some. Well,
Patrick, go ahead. You're the master.
I'll do it. Okay. So something that we've been adding to the game in multiple patches now is many world stories. These are little secret things, just things to make the world feel a little bit more lived in. And we've been adding those. We don't tell you what they are because they're really the kind of content that you want to discover and you want to have that sense of discovery about. They're not destinations, but they're fun little stuff. And go out into the world and find them. And it's cool. It's fun, and it makes Night City feel a little bit more alive.
Not all of them are like mega, like super life changing, but some of them can be, right? And
some of them, like Nibbles, is one.
Exactly.
Nibbles is one. So, all the different levels of stuff.
Yeah, today's video is going to be a juicy one.
I thought that one was
going to be a good old info dump level.
But when you have as many players.
More difficult secrets, or do
we?
Oh, maybe we will.
So yeah.
Patrick's beard.
Let's leave it
at in game.
Okay. No. Just thinking about some secrets from The Witcher 3 have been found only 7 years after it released. So let's see how long it takes with Cyberpunk.
Yes.
There are still secrets there. There are definitely still secrets there. But I'm not going to talk about them. Termination protocols are engaged, so if I say anything, my head will explode. So
yeah.
All right. So these are some of the changes. We also have a few more things. Something special for our Xbox players, specifically Xbox Series S.
Yeah, performance mode.
Because we added a performance mode for them, which has been highly requested.
Thanks, Marsima Mott, for the little tease on Twitter.
Targets 60
my
FPS
Twitter thread.
On Xbox
Much appreciated.
Series S.
Yes. And
this is something like. Sorry, but we've added a couple of technical changes to this. I almost said expansion, but that's not the patch. This is of course also part of our ongoing effort to kind of improve the performance and also just visual style of the game. And lots of people have been requesting this specific feature for Xbox Series S. The cool thing is that, and I need to highlight this. This is coming from you guys, right? Like, this is one of these features that wasn't on our radar specifically when we were launching 1.5, but you guys requested it so heavily and let us know that you wanted it, that we couldn't,
if they post the patch notes soon, I will go over the patch notes on stream, and then I'll also do it in the video.
Telling us what you'd
in
like
the video, it'll
do.
actually if I can, I'll show it in game.
Yes.
I think this whole patch is a collection of a lot of features that have been requested many times. And I'm really glad that we're able to roll these out to people.
Yeah.
Check for the patch notes.
I think that ties into the next feature. Who wants to do that one?
But we have to show it first, Mike.
Show the Xbox gameplay because we prefer.
You're getting a little ahead of yourself again.
Yeah. I mean, but like, how could I not? It is very exciting. It's very exciting. I've been waiting so long for this.
I just got debated.
People have been pestering us about the next patch and all that for so long. The expansion, which showed stuff about it, right? Finally.
Okay, let's see
Hope you have a
the
wonderful
performance
sleep.
mode for Xbox Series S.
And by the time you wake up tomorrow, I'll have that juicy info dump video out. It looks like the expansion will be next gen only. It only listed the next gen platforms and PC and Stadia. Unfortunately, it's just technical limitations on previous gen, which is unfortunate, but it's the right move. I don't think it should have launched on. I don't think the game should have launched on previous gen in the first place. But. Soren, this is, again, just a patch 1.6. There's more major updates coming. These are just updates. The expansion isn't until 2023. So hopefully, yeah, we're not getting, it doesn't look like we're getting New Game Plus here. If we're not getting it here, the only other realistic time that I would expect it is with the expansion, which I guess could make sense if they released it alongside it, but... Yeah, but you have to remember that there's a significantly smaller amount of people that are working on this update in comparison to previous updates. Because most of the team has been working on the expansion now, which they couldn't start working on earlier because they had to fix the game. Yeah, with each and every update, it's been less and less people working on it. I don't think it's going to be another year. 2023 isn't a year away. It will be a few months, though. Definitely. And I personally think that New Game Plus should have been there very early on, if not at launch. But again, the game was unfinished at launch, so... But yeah, like, The Witcher 3 got New Game Plus 3 months after the game came out, right? Most games get New Game Plus within like a 3-month period. This game, it's been out for almost 2 years, still doesn't have New Game Plus. I get the annoyance with that, because it's one of my most wanted features as well. But it's just... It is what it is. They're adding what they're adding. Maybe we'll get New Game Plus, maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, it'll probably be 6 months from now that we get the expansion. And alongside it, probably New Game Plus. That is, if they ever plan on adding New Game Plus. We don't know.
But guys, this is not all.
Yeah,
we
playing
have
on
one
PC.
more super cool thing that we wanted to talk about. And this is the Red Mod.
Yes. So this is something that we've been working
oh my God.
With guys.
I said that this was unlikely, but it could happen.
As you might know. So yes, we officially announced our Red Mod. This is a set of tools that will help you pretty much get along with mods. Whether you're a player and you're using existing mods, or you're a modder yourself and you would like to
my God, yes.
do your mods on your own, right? So you can do some custom sounds, you can do custom animations, and many, many more. So please have some fun with mods. And
I said it was unlikely, but it could happen, and it's happening
with this set of tools.
Miles, you come from mods too, right? Because I started with mods.
Yes,
you started too.
I think you much more so than me when it comes to like the old school sort of modding stuff.
Yeah,
like
I was modding in the 90s.
I was drooling on myself in the 90s.
I don't know if you can see the gray hairs in the beard, but
about time.
Yeah,
this is something they didn't even do for The Witcher 3.
It's good that you raise it, because it really is a thing, right? The modding community as a whole is super, super important to us, and I can't say enough how much we appreciate you guys, you know, like for taking all the time and effort to work with the most cryptic of tools and kind of make new content for our games and also many other people's games, of course. And one thing I want to add to this is also that for those of you who are seeking to break into the games industry, right? As you see with Patrick and myself and others at the studio, Philip, for example.
Yeah, modding is a really good way to break into
we all
game
come
development.
from a modding background, right? We started our journey into game development as modders, and tools like these, that's why they're important to us
this
as well.
Alone, like they could have just announced this, and I would have been happy.
And so
I know console players wouldn't have been happy,
you know, dabble in mods and all that. Consider that it might be a way for you to find your way into the games industry. And for us, this is really, really cool aspect of the whole thing. Of course, also getting people to create new content for our games is, you know, like a wonderful, wonderful side effect. But yeah, we're hoping to make all people very happy with the addition of these tools.
Yeah, I have to say, just on the subject of, getting into the industry, I don't have any advice for getting into the industry. I did it a long time ago. I have no idea how you do it these days. But I will say that whenever I see a CV or a resume that has modding experience, I immediately know that this is someone who knows how to work with tools, and particularly very often with tools that are not, full developer tools. And so these are people who know how to get things done. And something that may surprise you is that even when you're working with full developer tools, you very often have to jerry rig things together anyway, because doing it a different way is going to take too much time. It's going to take too many people away from other priorities. So if you can do mods, and you can make mods, and you can make cool stuff with mods, that looks very favorably to someone in a hiring position, in my experience.
Yeah, like the person that's working on the
Alright,
flight
guys,
mod.
so Red Mod, you can have fun with it, you can try to break into the game dev industry, and if you are not that technical, this will just help you manage the mods that some other people created and that you actually want to put in your game. So this is gonna make life easier and cooler for all of the players, and we are really excited to see what all of you do with that.
4 minutes ago, public build just went live on Steam. 4 minutes ago.
But I guess we should be
patch
going
1.6 is available
to the end, because the patch is actually live right now, and we don't want to keep you
patch
from that.
notes. Let's go to cyberpunk.net.
So we prepared just a sneak peek for our patch notes that will be released together with the patch, like Alicia mentioned. So you might want to check our website, and you might want to check your GOG, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Epic, wherever you play, for the update, right? Because it's about to go live right now.
Yeah, the game's available on Epic.
And
it's available on Steam, GOG, and
Epic.
Like,
there's still a ton of also undocumented changes, right? We're only putting the most important ones in our changelog, so
I hate when they do that.
To see you guys come up with a list of the undocumented stuff and all the little things that you find that some of our developers have snuck in there. And also, don't forget, we're still going, right? There's also the expansion that we're planning to launch, hopefully sooner rather than later. But we'll leave our sweet time with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if the patch notes thing is live yet.
We want to make sure it's good. Like...
yeah, so there's some more stuff to be looking forward to. And
Red Mod is the modding tools.
Before I stop and hand it back over
the actual proper modding tools for PC.
Thank you so much, everyone,
to create new content for the game.
For all the love and support that you've been giving us.
20.7 gigabytes on Epic.
We really are working hard to making sure that we can,
basically up until now we haven't had proper modding tools. They've been using like
what he said,
outdated stuff from like
thank you guys.
It's been thrown together from like The Witcher 3.
To wrap it up, you can go download the update right now and have some fun with all of the cool things that we've added or
it's live on Steam. Yeah, let's
added even more. And remember that also next week on September 13th, you can go to Netflix and watch the Cyberpunk Edgerunners and check out all the similarities between the anime and the game. And we are super excited to see your comparisons, and we hope you like it.
Why is my Steam not opening?
Have fun, watch it, play it, whatever you want. Remember about the road trace for your mobile phone. That's also a cool thing. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream
Cameron,
and have fun in the game.
A lot of the modders, or at least a few of them, ones that are in the modding Discord, some of those people are the ones that got hired to actually work on this. Not all of them, but some of the big modders from the modding Discord for Cyberpunk are actually got hired to work on the modules. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wait until the patch notes are live. We're going to quickly run through it just to see if we can see anything worthwhile to check out here. My Steam doesn't want to open for whatever reason, so we're going to quickly swap to this screen and go like that, just in case something pops up on screen that I don't want to pop up on screen. And then we'll check out the patch notes, and then from there I'll probably... Yeah, I'm trying to restart my Steam. My Steam is not responding at all, so I have to go into my task manager. Okay, Steam, where are you at? Get closed. Get force closed. Later. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Steam lately. I've been having so many issues with it. Is Red Mod for consoles? Unfortunately, no. Console mods are extremely complicated, and the only company, at least that I'm aware of, that has actually done it is Bethesda. And it's been a complete pain in the ass for them, both in terms of releasing new patches for their games and copyright issues and so on. And then also just dealing with the console manufacturers. It's not a big deal with Xbox anymore because, you know, they're under Xbox now. But thanks for dropping by the stream. We'll go ahead and play some background music so it's not just dead silence here. Farm Simulator has it. You need breakfast? Yeah, go get it. Hope you have a wonderful breakfast. I know not everyone will want to sit through the patch notes. We're going to run through this as fast as possible, really. And then I'll also be off myself to go work on the info dump video. See if Steam will actually open now. Not much to be super excited for console players, to be honest. Yeah, especially if you're on previous gen. Update required. I just realized I also have to uninstall my mods because that'll cause some really big issues. Update. Let's see what the update is. Yeah, 18.37 gigabytes on Steam. Let's go ahead and do this. 18.37 gigabytes. Imagine Cyberpunk having like really cool outfits and weapons and just animations. Yeah, I'd imagine that depending on how advanced the tools are, which we'll look into in the video later today, it could either be like more simple stuff like weapons and animations and stuff like that, or if they actually have the ability to include quests and everything and make quests and such, we could be seeing some very, very insane mods for this game. So, of course, we gotta wait and see what Red Mod actually consists of, which I don't recall if they actually even said the release for it on stream, but... Yo, what's up, D'Angelo? How you doing? Cross progression might make me get it on PC. Yeah, the fact that they're doing a, like cross-platform cross progression is insane to me. Cloud saves? It's quite wild. It will be really good to see, hopefully, New Game Plus. I feel like that is kind of part of it. It'll be interesting to see whether or not we get like New Game Plus in the next update rather than all the way when the expansion comes out. I think after their mess up here, they might bring it sooner, but because a lot of people were expecting it with this update because of the thing that everyone thought was a tease. Again, like I said, it's probably just a developer using developer tools. Complete accident. It happens. All right, what's new in the Edgerunners update? Error. It's either because there's so many people trying to go on this page or hasn't fully gone live yet. It's funny because Apex doesn't even have cross save yet. Yeah, I'd imagine that's probably to do with it being a multiplayer game. Yeah, there's a lot of really insane mods already for Cyberpunk, and yeah, we're not even downloading this like at all. Or are we? 37%. Yeah, 1.1 megabyte per second peak. Interesting. Yeah, there's probably just so many people trying to download this right now that Steam is just like, nope, you don't get it. Yeah, the Red Mod is made in collaboration with the people behind Wolven Kit. Which I actually questioned in my video if we would see that, because they had been working on it for quite some time. I think it was like in 2021 where they announced that they had hired them. And then we never heard anything after that. And now here it is. Patch notes are there for you. Got this. The patch notes, like the page thing shows that it's there, but when I click on it, it gives me a 404 error. Edgerunners update. The only reason why I say that, and why I say that I'm going to delete my mods, is because of the fact that you're going to have to wait for certain mods, most likely, to get updated. It's sort of like when Script Extender or when Fallout and Elder Scrolls gets updated, you're going to have to wait for a proper update to support that update. It's just the unfortunate reality when it's not like the mods get updated with the patch, so things will have to be tweaked. Mainly stuff like, so like Red Script and all that, that's probably going to have to be updated for 1.6, and then everything that uses it will also probably have to be updated. It's just the unfortunate reality with mod support, really, and constantly updating your game. Check the Cyberpunk DLC page real quick. DLC page. Oh, red mod. Okay. Thank you. Let's add that to library. I'm so glad that Steam added that feature. Add to library. That's a game changer. Okay, we'll go ahead and swap to this. Alright, Cyberpunk 2077 modding tools. Download RedMod, the official Cyberpunk 2077 modding tools to modify and create your own experiences in Cyberpunk 2077, from custom sounds, animations, scripts, and much more. These tools will help you leave your own mark in the dark future world of Night City. How RedMod works. RedMod allows users to create mods for Cyberpunk 2077. It can be used separately in the command line or integrated through into the Wolvenkit mod editor. We recommend using Wolvenkit for the best experience and ease of use. RedMod will be constantly updated alongside updates for Cyberpunk 2077 to ensure ongoing compatibility. Sweet. So by this, I'd assume we can now actually add separate new weapons, separate new vehicles, potentially stuff like quests. But again, we're going to have to see how all this plays out. I don't think it's quite as advanced as the modding tools, for example, that we have with Bethesda Game Studios titles with the creation kit. But do I know how to mod? No, absolutely not. I know how to install mods. Pretty good at that. Made videos on that for about a decade, but do I know how to create my own mods? Absolutely not. Never will, probably. So. Same, man. Drama Team outfits, please God. Okay, let's see if they're... see if this page allows me to load it now. Does the patch 1.6 page work for anyone else? I'll link it here. Okay, now we're downloading a little bit better. 17%. Yeah, it's not working. Error 404. It's either because it hasn't fully gone live on the website, or there's just too many people trying to view the page. You'd like to see a vehicle physics overhaul? Yeah, same. The issue is, I don't know if it's like their physics engine or something that's bad in Cyberpunk. There seems to be a lot of physics bugs, especially after patch 1.5, oddly enough. Like, for example, when I collide with other vehicles or collide with a barricade, for example, my car glitches out, like flings up into the air. If so many people weren't trying to download this, I would have even faster download speed, but people are abusing the Steam downloads right now. I linked the patch notes above, but the page is not currently loading. I want to go over it, but let's go here. Copy this. Bam. This is the page that we get right now. You mean installing mods? It's just from self-use. I did some game development stuff and everything in school, but all that knowledge is basically gone. Glad they haven't said anything overly ambitious about the new expansion so far, at least. Best to temper people's expectations. They could have went right in and said, yeah. They could have super overhyped it, but... Thanks for dropping by, Eric. Hope you have a good day. It's up now? Let's try. Thank you. You're all so helpful. I appreciate it. All right, so Edgerunners update patch 1.6 list of changes. It's live on all platforms, brings various gameplay fixes and improvements, free DLCs, as well as content inspired by Edgerunners. Yep, September 13th. So we got the wardrobe, which we already saw. You can create up to 6 outfits using pieces of clothing that you already own. That's great. 3 new gigs, concrete cage trap. I'll try not to... I won't open any of the other ones. Just pretend I didn't do that. These right here will tell you where to actually start these. If you've already completed all the content, you'll know where they are anyway. Yeah, so 11 new weapons, 6 new firearms, 5 new melee weapons. We got Kappa, the smart pistol, we've seen that. Senko LX tech submachine gun, we've seen that. Hypercritical iconic precision rifle, obtainable in the gig concrete cage trap. I don't think we've seen that. VST-37 power shotgun, I think we saw it. I think that was the one that we've actually shown in the gameplay. MA-70 HB power light machine gun, we've seen that. That was in my previous videos. QB, we've seen that. Power assault rifle. 5 new melee weapons. We got a Neurotoxin Knife, we've seen that. We've also got an iconic variant called Blue Fang. Punk Knife, iconic variant Headhunter. We've got the Claw Axe, we've seen that. Razor, don't think we've seen that. It's a machete. We got the Cut-O-Matic, which is the chainsword. We've seen that. That's pretty cool. Cross progression, of course, which actually apparently works across multiple platforms. You've got quick, auto, and manual saves, so that's very interesting. I think next-gen consoles or PC if they decide to go that route. Cyberpunk Edgerunners content added some secrets related to Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime series to be discovered in Night City, including new equipment and new photo mode features. Cool. Of course, we've got Road Trace, which is interesting. Yeah, no new Game Plus, unfortunately. Gameplay, so inverted camera axis will now also apply in photo mode. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of photo mode tweaks. Added an option to modify V's face and body at Ripperdoc clinics. V won't continuously fidget in character creation anymore. Thank you. I was actually just dealing with this the other day, and it's the most frustrating thing when you're trying to create your character. And not only are they going like this the entire time, they're also going like this and covering their face. It's the most frustrating thing ever. So I'm glad that they dealt with that. Fix an issue where it wasn't possible to pick up loot from drones. I've ran into that. Fix an issue where it was impossible to pick up loot if it was completely or partially obstructed by foliage collision. Fix NPC reaction when bumping into them. That'll be interesting to see how that is. Fix an issue where panicked NPCs were idling or crouched instead of using a designated hands-up animation. Cool. If NPCs were staggered or knocked down while shooting, they will now continue to shoot aimlessly. Adjusted some vehicles... Wait, so if staggered or knocked down while shooting, they'll continue to shoot if they're knocked down. I guess that's more realistic, I guess. Adjusted some vehicles to the new burnout mode introduced in patch 1.5 and polished the tunes on many others. So they did indeed adjust the tuning for a lot of the vehicles. That'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out. Added a new all-wheel drive performance variant of the Thornton Colby called the CST40. So a new variant. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming unlockable. Fix an issue where vehicles went in reverse when braking at low speeds. Fix an issue where jacking out of an access point shortly before the hacking minigame starts and then completing the minigame left the access point active, allowing to connect to it again. Okay. So it looks like they did a few NPC reaction fixes, which I do like. Fix an issue where players' HP went down incredibly fast under the effect of burn if the NPC who applied that effect used the Sandevestein dash, lowered the selling price of the target analysis mod, and changed the amount of crafting components required to craft it. Interesting. Making the game harder. Change stats of the Stinger Iconic Knife. Attacks against poison enemies will now have a 100% chance to cause bleeding. Attacks against bleeding enemies will have a 100% chance to cause poison. Interesting. Rearrange weapons from the long blade category to different categories. Move the chef's knife to the knife category. Move the tomahawk. Yeah, so these are all moving them to the proper weapon location. They balance sniper rifles, so sniper rifles will now only be able to one-shot enemies after the player invests in the weapon archetype. Interesting. Lower damage output for the Overwatch sniper rifle. The Nekomata sniper rifle will now be easier to handle while charging. Do find it interesting that they're balancing the sniper rifles. They were pretty overpowered, but we'll see how much they got nerfed. Lowered the price of the Slot-O-Matic power pistol available for purchase from vending machines. Good, because it's terrible. The Sir John Falstaff will now have a new iconic effect, increasing damage when hitting NPCs in the face. Will also have a chance to stun enemies with strong attacks. Gamepads will now be constantly vibrating while holding the weapon. That's a good one. I like that. That's actually really, that's funny. I like that. The 05 sniper rifle will now have an iconic effect, or a new iconic effect, causing bigger explosions that can light the targets on fire. Yeah, it actually looks really, really cool. It's going to be great for crowd control. The more enemies are burning, the bigger are the buffs the player is getting to crit chance and reload speed. It will now come with a unique scope and require 20 body to equip. That's quite intense. The Divided We Stand assault rifle will now have a new iconic effect. Bullets will now have a greater chance to miss the target, with a chance to explode into biohazard clouds. Biohazard clouds are guaranteed to poison nearby enemies. Interesting. I like how they're doing these new iconic effects that actually kind of give the weapon more uniqueness. The Yinglong submachine gun will now have a new iconic effect. The chance to cause EMP explosions has been significantly increased. The clip size has been increased to help wreak havoc with EMP explosions. That's cool. Remove the scope slot from the Tech Precision rifles, so the M179 Achilles and the Widowmaker, for example. So if a player owns such a rifle with a scope attached, the scope will be removed and placed in your inventory. I find it weird that they did that, but whatever. Different types of knives will now have their own specified return times indicated in their tool tip. Okay. Fix an issue where Skippy had extremely low DPS on saves made on patch 1.3 and 1.31. I think I have actually heard of that. Fix an issue where it was possible to buy/craft ammo after reaching the ammo cap, wasting money and components. Thank you. There's a mod that covers that I had installed. You're back. What did you miss? We're going through all the patch notes. They made a few tweaks to NPC reactions, a ton of bug fixes and everything, some rebalancing, and we're not done yet. I'm sure this is decently a bit longer, but most of this is like patch notes, for example. Will you play a bit to show us? It depends on... I'd have to... See, the only thing is I would have to uninstall my mods in the background. I can do that if you want me to check it out, but I'd have to do that in the background, and that would take probably like 10 or 15 minutes. Fix an issue where Mantis Blades with damage mods emitted blinding lights upon use. Melee quick attacks won't apply status effects from the currently equipped and drawn weapon anymore. For perks, they added new poison perks, so corrosive poison and critical antidote in the ninjutsu skill tree, replacing the hasten the inevitable and the neurotoxin perks respectively. Fix an issue where the gun whisperer perk didn't work with the JKE X2 Genshin and the DR12 Quasar. Do it. All right. Rebalance the long shot perk. Now it grants bonus damage only up to a certain distance threshold. Fix an issue where crafting an item using an ingredient with a quest tag may not have removed that ingredient from the inventory if the player had the X Nilo perk. Quests. So I think this is added more secrets. Yep, we heard about that. Various fixes to V's interactions in apartments and safe houses. Yeah, so these are just fixes for different quest lines and different... which I don't think a lot of people will really care about me reading through. A bunch of gig fixes. They fixed the Psalm 11.6 not dropping. As a result, they're... Yeah, okay, so most of that... Again, all this is just like fixes to quests, fixes to gigs, which will probably contain a little bit of spoilers, so I don't want to go through them here. UI, added item preview so that it's possible to see an item on V before you buy it. Yeah, we saw that. That's really cool. Added an option to switch off radio subtitles in the sound category in settings. They will now be switched off by default. Items placed in the stash will now properly show their monetary value in the tooltip. Rearrange some options and categories in the game settings. Fix an issue where languages using double 8-bit characters. Korean simplified Chinese, Japanese traditional Chinese displayed overlapping save file names and dates in the load menu screen. All right. Fixed an issue where the number of available pieces of gear for different slots didn't update after disassembling gear. Optimized performance in the inventory and vendor screens. I did find that the performance was off in there. And then added the ability to enable additional content through the additional content menu. Not sure what that's about because that was already there. So maybe they mean in-game. I'm not quite too sure. Visual neon rims on bikes now come in different colors. That's cool. Added new hairstyles in character creation. Fixed certain instances where vehicles could spawn misaligned with the surface of the road. Fixed an issue where cars in traffic clipped into each other when slow HDD mode was enabled. Doesn't seem like there's new cyberware cosmetics. Yeah, I think it was a miswording or a misunderstanding on my part. We'll see. Address an issue where floating and indestructible parts were present when destroying cars. Improvements in dynamic resolution scaling. That's nice. Fix an issue where the last shot fired from a gun didn't have a recoil animation. And Total Immortal fixed the grass clipping through the floor on the way to your Nobu's office. Audio added sound effects of reloading a weapon while carrying a body. Improved knife throwing sound effects. Stadium of Love. 6th Street Party music will now be louder. PC-specific adjusted graphics settings presets to provide a higher quality setup. The Steam Deck, they fixed an issue where the dedicated preset was applying ultra settings instead of the properly crafted graphics settings, and fixed an issue where the game became unresponsive after trying to change key bindings. Okay. I don't think we got AMD FSR 2.0, which is interesting. Surprised they didn't do that. Console specific, Xbox Series S, we got the performance mode, which we knew about. Which can be enabled. Settings, video, graphics mode. FPS is aiming at 60 in 900p with dynamic resolution scaling in 800p to 1080p range, which I would say is perfectly fine for what they were looking for. Yeah, PC has Red Mod. Yeah, Red Mod will be quite interesting to see how fast we start seeing things from that. Address an issue where switching between first-person perspective and third-person perspective had a noticeable delay. I think this is related to vehicles, by the way, so don't go getting excited after I just said third-person. Address the issue with the input lag in ray tracing mode on next-gen consoles. See, I have severe input lag on PC, so I'm interested in why this says console-specific. I have a 3090 and I get insane input lag in this game if I turn on ray tracing, which is like the #1 reason why I don't use it. And I don't get that issue with any other game with ray tracing, but in this game, it's unplayable. Stadia specific added the missing key bindings for toggle walking and holster weapon keys. Miscellaneous added support for Razer Chroma. I personally don't actually like that feature. I find it very annoying. Fixed the temporary FPS drops when opening the map or inventory on PC and Stadia. Ran into that for sure. Made some adjustments and improvements to the Arabic language localization. Red Mod modding tools. The following changes take effect only on the PC version of the game and once the Red Mod is installed. Mod users added support for the new mods folder. New Red Mod compatible mods should be placed in the Cyberpunk 2077 mods folder. The game still supports loading old mods from the archive folder, but please keep in mind that they will not appear in the Red Mod menu. So apparently there's a menu. We'll actually install that. I thought that Red Mod was specifically just for mod authors. I think you might actually have to install it if you want to install Red Mods. New Red Mod compatibility mods should be added using the new mods folder for the best experience. Added -modded command line parameter to run the game with mods. This parameter also allows you to enable and disable mods using Red Launcher and GOG Galaxy. I find it odd that you do have to do the -modded. That's going to confuse a lot of people. Expanded the telemetry functionality to cover mods-related data. Interesting. 18 gigabytes, yeah. You don't get input lag with 3080 Ti? Do you play on 4K? I'm wondering if it's just a 4K RTX thing. Yeah, no, it's only 18 gigabytes on PC, thankfully. I think on console it's bigger, but... yeah, we'll go ahead on stream. We'll install Red Mod. and see how it goes. We'll actually go. I added it to my library. Maybe it. Oh, right. It shows up as DLC, doesn't it? Enable it. Red mod is released right now. It's available as a DLC download. The only question is, how do you actually utilize it? We'll deal with that in a second. Mod creators added the ability to load modified tweakdb.bin and .redscripts files. Added the ability to load mods.json files. Descriptor for users installed mods. Added a separate audio thread for audio modding. Fixed some issues with tweakdb memory allocations. Sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this in the background on stream. We're going to go ahead and disable this and disable this. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall my mods, and then we're going to go ahead and check out the game and how it runs and everything. Also try to figure out how the whole red mod thing works as well. I might uninstall Vortex entirely, to be honest, after I get rid of my Cyberpunk mods, because I despise it. Game updated. Okay, let's go ahead and go downloads. Let's highlight all of my mods and delete them. Nuke the entire archive and purge. Thank you. All your settings are maxed at 1440p. I don't think I have that many issues on 1440p. It just seems to be, yeah, like 4K with ray tracing on. I'll show you what I mean. Maybe it's fixed now, but I'll show you what I mean. Not that I can really visually show you input lag, but wonder if that means Steam will get its own workshop for 2077. Potentially. That would definitely be cool to see. The only thing with workshop mods is it's a lot harder to deal with like customization of the mods that you have installed. What do you think overall of the announcements and patch notes? I think there was a lot more shown off today than I was anticipating. I think the Transmog, for example, is way better than I was expecting. I was afraid that they were only going to do the whole show hide system that they had implemented in the game. So that really impressed me. There's a few other features that impressed me. Like I wasn't expecting like in-game mini games, for example. Yeah, I'm using DLSS. But I do really wish New Game Plus was in this update, just because it's a major pain point of the game, in my opinion, is being able to continue playing the game after you've already beat it. Not everyone wants to start a fresh playthrough with absolutely nothing unlocked. Whereas New Game Plus adds that ability. You can continue using all your unique and iconic weapons that you've unlocked, your stats and everything that you finally built out. And they still don't get to do that, so a lot of people aren't going to continue playing the game if that's not included, unfortunately. I will probably do a fresh playthrough just specifically so that I can record some background footage of Cyberpunk, because trying to record background footage for Cyberpunk after you've completed the entire game and wiped everything off the map, since there's no repeatable content, it's a nightmare. Alright, so let's just double check that everything is nuked from my Cyberpunk installation. And then we can go ahead and launch up the game. Cyberpunk 27, I still have the very old build installed of like 1.3. We can go ahead and remove that. Mods, yeah, that's cleared. Let's check my archive folder. Yeah, I think I've wiped everything clean. Cyber engine tweaks, gotta get rid of that. Forgot I had that manually installed. Alright. I think we should, in theory, be good to start the game. Just want to double check that there's no mods hidden anywhere. Should all be gone because I'm pretty sure everything was installed through Vortex except for Cyber Engine tweaks. which I wish I just did everything manually because Vortex is a pain in my ass. Alright, yeah, so we do have the new Tools Red mod folder. Which I'll actually show you. Bit off topic, but what do you think of Starfield? I'm very hesitant on Starfield just because of the fact that I feel like it's just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it looks really dated. Like a lot of the features and everything. Like it feels like it's not a modern game in many ways. And I don't know what it is about it. Some of it just looks more janky to me than like Fallout 4, for example. You want to be able to change the weapon skins? Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, so we've got the Cyberpunk 2077. So tools, red mod, and then we've got all the red mod stuff in here now, since we have it installed as DLC. And then now we have the Cyberpunk 2077 mods folder, which has nothing in it. So now we can go ahead and, in theory, just launch the game. Hopefully. Yep. I'm not going to read that. Start empty world. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, until we see more from the game, it looks like there's a lot of emptiness. A lot of nothing to do. And the actual locations, like the handcrafted locations, look too small, right? Because the thing I love about Bethesda Game Studios games like Fallout and the Elder Scrolls is just exploring. Just wandering off and finding all the cool little secrets. Whereas in Starfield, from all the gameplay that we've seen, it's either a completely empty world, or it's an empty world with a tiny little city, and there's not really anything to discover there. And then you've got a bunch of procedurally generated planets. Like I think they said over 1,000. And the combat looks dated. The flight mechanics and everything look really clunky. I don't know. It's like one of those games that I'm going to have to see way more to truly be invested in it. I just tried to do the whole IRL peek around the window. All right, play. Yes. No police overhaul, no third person, no new game plus. Well, you're never going to get third person, so cut that out. The police overhaul is coming. It's just unfortunately not in this update. Again, people want things to be in this update, but they've been working on it. We know it's coming, and I'd much rather them continue to work on it and make sure it's polished before releasing it. It's sort of like Transmog. They could have given us a half-assed Transmog in the previous update. Instead, they actually fleshed it out, made it proper, which is what I would prefer. I don't want rushed features. Alright, changes in patch 1.6. Cross progression, your latest saves will be automatically uploaded to the cloud. Enable cross progression, why not? Okay, so new wardrobe features, yep. New gig, new weapons. Edgerunners content, kitty kitty, neon rims. I'm interested to see like whether it's like just different vehicles have different colors or what. Yeah, vehicle to vehicle combat is coming as well. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I agree. I keep forgetting that they pointed that out. Can't change Night City, but you can change your hair. All right. Okay, I actually have to go through this as well because I forgot. I forgot that I have like nothing but modded saves for like the next, for like half of my thing. So I'm just gonna quickly go through all my saves and delete all the modded saves, and then we'll dive in. I have so many modded saves, it's unreal. Yeah, exactly. Last time they rushed things, didn't turn out so well. So take your time. Are these really odd saves in here? I don't know what this is for. Do I load into an end game save, or do I load into like a mid game save? Let's load into an end game save just so that we can see the new digs on the map. Yeah, I just realized that this game is extremely loud. I apologize for that. Is that better? Is that better? Are we getting better? A lot better? Is that good? Right there? Yeah, I forgot that this game is like super ear rape. Alright. That's the unfortunate thing, is like my browser volume is like way quieter than my games. Like every game that I launch is just full blowing out my eardrums. Okay, let's go. Yeah, like I still have 1.3 saves and everything on here. Torn, do I want to replay Cyberpunk now or wait for the police/MaxTac overhaul? They announced they're working on a lot of stuff I was hoping for before starting a new game. I would say probably, I don't know, like you could either wait or just play it again when it all comes out. It totally depends. We're gonna see how this patch runs now, and then maybe determine whether or not you're gonna do that. I think these were my like old benchmark saves. Let's load into here because this location used to destroy my frame rate.
Hello. I'm Arif Iqbal, and you're watching WNS News. New details have emerged on.
Alright, I forgot my Steam overlay isn't working. And I forgot on the save I don't have any of my weapons equipped. Alright. So equip some weapons so that we're not running around with nothing. I can't even use the sniper rifle that I have. I can't even use the sniper rifle that I have because I'm pretty sure on this save, I think this save is... hasn't... yeah, I haven't applied my perk points yet. The save probably won't corrupt, or the patch probably won't corrupt saves. The only way that would sort of happen is if you're like using a heavily modded save. You probably won't be able to play until those mods have been updated. Since they did a way better job with Transmog than anticipated, I'm curious to see how their vision of the police overhaul will differ from what we have right now with mods, because it is taking a while. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really looked into the NCPD mods that we have right now. So if there's anything good out there, I'm not aware, but the top bar is different. You're talking about this? Yeah, it's unfortunate that I can't use that weapon. Because I don't have... so what do I need? I need Grease Monkey. Which is... forgot what... Grease Monkey is in what thing here? I don't think it's in that. Body, maybe? See, this is the unfortunate thing, is they reset all. I think this is a modified save. Just using like console commands for testing purposes. The exact same reason why we saw gorilla arms in the teaser. Grease Monkey is crafting? Oh, it is crafting. That's Scrapper. It's gonna be like the... okay, yeah, there we go. Thank you. I don't have any other perks set up, so that's kind of unfortunate, but... it is getting extremely hot in this room, and it's very unfortunate. Okay, the first thing I kind of want to do... game seems to be performing fine. I think I have DLSS balanced on, though. Credits, apparently. Let's go to... I want to quickly... yeah, so they still only have FSR 1.0, which is unfortunate. Would have been really nice... DLSS quality. Would have been really nice to see FSR 2.0 for AMD users. That's unfortunate. FSR 1.0 is a cutting-edge, super optimized spatial upscaling technology. That's funny. Alright, ray tracing. I think some of these effects were actually below ray tracing before, and now ray tracing is actually at the bottom, like it should be. Let's apply Psycho. Yeah, see, like, if we go Psycho, extreme input lag. But of course, that's Psycho settings, 4K. We're gonna keep that off for now. Yeah, usually around this area, like in this traffic area, for whatever reason, my performance will drop to like the lowest amount at this specific location. Go to the relic. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it's still blurred out, unfortunately. Interested to see if they ever do something with that. Okay, let's go to a fast travel station. Why is it wanting me to go all the way to my apartment and then come here? Am I tripping? And why did my markers just disappear? There we go. Alright, let's go over here. We're gonna go to I wanna go to one of the apartments. I love the little, like, the little lean. I think that was added with patch 1.5. Maybe it was in the game by default, but I swear it was added with patch 1.5. Okay. Uh-oh. I think it's this one, right? Yeah, we're gonna go try the transmog system. Don't you dare fast travel. I'm only doing it because otherwise it's gonna take us a while to get there, and you gotta remember, I still gotta, you know, make a video today. That video is gonna take me a long time to make, so see if all pans out. I don't even think this is even the right one. This isn't even the right one. Okay, now we're gonna drive, because that's the one thing that I don't like about the fast travel system, is it doesn't actually tell you. It doesn't show you where the apartment is. Now you're getting your wish. We're gonna do a little bit of driving. Fast travels, dies. That's how you know I don't fast travel often, though, because, you know, otherwise I would have known where it was, right? I actually didn't fast travel at all during my playthrough. Like, I actually don't like fast traveling in this game. I feel like the vehicle handling is different on this car. It actually feels kind of good. Still spin out, though. Wrong. B's apartment is far south in Watson. Yep. Alright. It's right over here. I'm getting weird audio cutouts. I don't know if that's because I'm streaming or... By the way, how does the stream look? Because I don't see that. I've never actually streamed in 1080p. My camera died on a wonderful face, too. That's the funny part. Here. Best... Best camera freeze ever. Okay. Nice. Thanks, OBS. I appreciate it. Nice. I really appreciate when it does that. You froze in perpetual surprise mode. Why did it do that? OBS is trolling me. No, no, that's the game. It has shrunk it into a microscopic scale. Let's reset the transform. Nope, that didn't fix it. I'm being trolled. Oh, we have a flying NPC. Gotta love it. It's sort of like when the developers do showcases. Perfect. You love to see it. Everything's bugging out at once. We've got NPC that's just, you know, levitating. and my camera bugging out at the same time. Beautiful. I don't quite know why OBS is doing this to me right now. Yeah, let's try this. 5 minutes of the game and we ran into a bug already. To be fair, this probably more has to do with my active save game, but yeah, this is something, that's the kind of bug right there that you have to expect in an open world game. Stuff like that happens. With so many NPCs and so many collisions and everything, you're gonna get some weird stuff like that. Now if we get any game breaking issues, that'll be a different story. We'll try this one more time. If this doesn't work, then we're just gonna have to rock no cam, I guess. You know what it probably is? It's probably the fact that in here, deactivate. We might have to rock no cam? Interesting. OBS isn't detecting that my camera exists, like, at all. My camera's on. It's plugged in. Let's actually do this. One sec. I think my Elgato cam link has overheated. Because it is hot. Interesting. Didn't think I would ever run into that issue. Alright, well, we're gonna rock no cam, I guess, for the rest of the stream. Shoot the NPC. And they fall onto the ground. Police weren't issued. Alright. We're gonna have to rock no cam, I guess. Unfortunate! I can't even give you my bugged face. Oh, crime reported. I forgot that happens. Oh my goodness. The game's trolling me. I want the new weapons. That's what I want. Nope, no scope for me. Yeah, see, the issue is I don't have any perks. So I'm just getting absolutely shredded. Stream quality is surprisingly good. Well, that's good to hear, because every single time I've tried to stream in the past, all my test streams and everything, it's terrible, because I always try to stream in 4K. It's good to hear that the 1080p stream is where it's at. I'm gonna have to quickly lose the NCPD and then come back. Because the NCPD system is a pain in my ass. Okay, we're about to lose it. Because they don't got no cars. Suck it. Yeah, you don't like fast travel? Yeah. Not a huge fan of fast traveling in this game. In games like Skyrim, for example, since I've played it so many times, and Fallout, I'll fast travel, because there's a lot of empty space. What kind of processor are you rocking to stream in 4K? I stream with my graphics card, but I have a 5950X. But yeah, streaming in 4K is not as good as it's hyped up to be. It's actually a pain in the ass, and doesn't end up looking good because you have to stream at such a high bitrate for YouTube to actually care. I apologize. I'm looking at chat and trying to drive. I swear I'm not this bad at driving in the game. I'm getting some weird audio cutouts. Will we ever get a good police AI? Yeah, they're working on it. Metro system, unlikely. It's just, I don't see... I don't think they see the value. Maybe one day, but... as for third-person view, probably not. It's just way too much work. The amount of work that would go into a third person is just insane. 4K is great for video uploads. It looks way better on YouTube, mainly just because of the fact that it allows you to have a higher bitrate, whereas if you upload in 1080p, it extremely caps your bitrate quality, and things will look way more muddy. Even if you, for example, upscale a 1080p video and upload it as 4K on YouTube, it'll look better. Early Hogwarts Legacy gameplay right here. Leviosa. Can you always not sprint in here? It's nice. It's nice coming on this game, right? After, like, all the early gameplay, in, like, patch 1.3 and everything. Where, like, before you could look this way, look back, and all the NPCs would be either different or they'd be gone. But now, they actually stay there. It's almost like this is a video game now. But yeah, 4K in terms of actually playing it, I would say 1440p is the sweet spot. And then 4K is just like if you want that super, super crispness where you don't need anti-aliasing on, for example. At least for most games. Fallout 4 Survival Mode is where it's at, yeah. Have I played Days Gone? I have not. I do own it, though. That's the one PlayStation exclusive that's on PC right now that I haven't actually done. Were there any AI improvements? It seems that they did some NPC reaction improvements, but there's not like any massive overhauls or anything to the AI. Right, you have up to 6 outfits saved in your wardrobe. These can be activated and deactivated in the outfit section of your inventory at any time. Activating a wardrobe outfit will change the appearance of the clothing you have equipped, but I like how this UI is, like the tutorial thing is kind of like on the very edge of the screen. But it will not change your stats. All clothing you find, receive, craft, assemble, buy, or sell will be saved to your wardrobe's memory. Okay. So everything you ever get, even if you disassemble it, you get to keep that style. That's actually awesome to hear. Yeah, I think I'll love Days Gone. I love those kind of games. And it's really unfortunate that they're not getting to make a sequel. Right, so we've got the Arasaka hat. We've got the... Interesting. Should we make our guy super stylish? Gross. Gross. These Johnnies? Yeah, Johnny's Aviators. How long do you think before the next update? Looking forward to the police rework? Well, originally I would have assumed like 6 months from now. But by the sounds of it, it's made significant progress. And they plan on releasing that update before the expansion. So I would assume probably within like the next 3 months. But we'll have to wait and see. There's not really a pattern or anything to how they release in between patches. So we'll just have to wait. Yeah, I think it'll be within like the next 2-3 months, but CDPR did reply to a tweet about the Metro system and say that they have no plans to add it in. Yeah, it's just not a feature that I think is on the priority for it. Then again, they added in-game minigames, but that was a highly requested feature, surprisingly. This is going to be such a nice system to have. Being able to actually just create outfits, stuff that goes together that you want to rock. Interesting. Let's put on a shirt first, so we have something underneath. Gross. Did they say they didn't add New Game Plus? Yeah, New Game Plus is not in this update, unfortunately. Like that golden undershirt? Yeah, unfortunately there's no New Game Plus in this update. I don't know whether to expect it at all, but if it does come, I don't know if it's going to be in the next update, like for example with the NCPD overhaul, or if we're going to have to wait all the way until the expansion comes out, which isn't until 2023. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, New Game Plus will probably be an expansion-related feature, just because there's way more content for people to play at that point. And it would also give them a better reason to increase or remove the level cap, because there's more content to play, but... Will they continue to update the game even after the expansion in 2023, like patches, new features? I would only expect stuff like hotfixes at that point. That's quite a ways out still. I wouldn't expect the expansion probably for like another 6 months, unless they plan on doing it right at the beginning of 2023. Do we even know when the expansion takes place, before or after the ending of the game? I don't know. It looked like it either takes place during or after. It looks like it's a little bit more on the goofy, like, wild side, but... Is there any mod to add New Game Plus? No, unfortunately there's not. And there probably never will be, just because of the fact that it's a very hard thing to implement. It's a lot more complicated than you would expect to implement New Game Plus. It's why games like Fallout and The Elder Scrolls, for example, which have really good mod support, don't have New Game Plus mods, or at least not anything that's good. It's like, for example, usually the mods for those games would be you port the save over with a utility, and then bam, you have your stuff, but... I don't have a whole lot of clothing, unfortunately. Look at us, we look so sexy. Think they'll ever work on any multiplayer component, even as a standalone thing? I do think that they will definitely do a form of Cyberpunk multiplayer. That game was already planned previously. They have said that it was being reconsidered after the launch of Cyberpunk, but I don't think that they're going to throw that idea away. That said, I do think that it'll be a much further out than a lot of people would expect, just because of the fact that all their future projects will be in Unreal Engine 5. So a lot of the work on this game, for example, won't carry over, as they're basically starting from scratch with things. No, it wasn't outright canceled. They just said that they're reconsidering it. A lot of articles and everything spun it as it being permanently canceled. They just said it was being reconsidered. This is quite the fit. And of course you can create extra slots, which is cool as well. And you can use all the same clothing. It's not like you can only use it on one slot, for example. Are there any new quests to do? There are 2 or 3 new gigs, but that's it. So if we open up the map, there is maybe more than that? Actually, no, I think this has to do with collecting. Yeah, these are collecting rewards. This is a new gig right here. This is a new gig, and this is a new gig, which I believe are all Edgerunners related. But I won't play those on stream just so that we don't spoil anything. Other than that, there's the arcade machine stuff that we can check out. I do want to go to a Ripper Dock real quick, which we'll drive to make everyone happy. If I remember correctly, is it this one? That is Victor? If I'm wrong on that one, please point it out before I start driving there. See, like, I can run here now. Let's go see if we can get any weapons. Any of the new weapons in here. These are the Umbra and the Guillotine, which we had previously. Electric Baton Gamut. That doesn't seem familiar. Weird. Then again, I don't use any melee weapons, so... Yeah, I believe they were originally planning on a GT Online scale suite for multiplayer, but severely downsized the scale with launch. No, not sure what they plan to do. Yeah, they were planning on doing a standalone multiplayer game following this one, but now it's... Yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. I think their focus right now is going to be the next Witcher game, but of course, they are doing split development, so... I am wrong. Sheesh, look at me go. I'm on a roll for getting things wrong for where they are in game. See, that's one thing I wish they would do, right? Is I don't understand why they don't name the Ripper docks on the map. Like, why not? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they even name your car. So this one? There's no way it's that one. Bit southwest of your location. Okay, here? Here? Am I wrong? Yeah, none of the vendors have names besides one or two. Yeah, like, I just don't understand. This is it? Okay, sweet. Thank you. Now we get to go down the elevator. Quality gameplay right here. Okay, well, while we're going down the elevator, let's try our camera again. Browser. I find it so odd that my camera just like straight up isn't being detected by OBS. Oh well. That was my final chance on getting that to work. Don't get why they didn't add the tram, since there's perfectly working trams in game like Star Citizen. Because it's just not a priority. The thing is, it would be a great thing for role players, for example, right? But the amount of people that would actually regularly use that feature, it's just not, at least at this point. Yeah, see, the NCPD are still bugged out because they're in the middle of doing the overhaul and they decided to implement some of the changes, but not all of them. Get out of my way. Yeah, see, that, like, bugged out physics. Apparently it doesn't let you drive down this road. I'm wondering why I am absolutely being shreked by the NCPD. I'm being bullied right now. Hey, playing the update, started a new game, playing the Corpo Life Path, found a new data shard I think wasn't there before called Arasaka Academy, best of the best, or best for the best. Interesting. I'll have to look into it. Thanks for the heads up. Did CDPR mention that they are developing The Witcher 4 in parallel with the next Cyberpunk? They announced that they will be doing parallel development with The Witcher and the Cyberpunk franchise. So that means that they'll always be working on a Cyberpunk title while they're working on The Witcher. Of course, that could change if they end up doing another IP, for example, but I want to change my appearance or need to replace my implants. Let's go appearance.
Change my style. Excellent. Let's do this.
Alright, so I actually don't know. I want to say that's new. I haven't actually looked into, like, I don't have it in my memory of all the hairstyles. I do feel like some of these are new though. As there weren't a lot of hairstyles that I liked when I first played this game. There's a lot of wacky ones here too. I'm so glad that they added previously the ability to change your character, because especially when the game first came out and the character creator, your character looked completely different than they did in game. It was like nightmare fuel when you got in game. Look at that beautiful haircut right there. Interesting. Yeah, I think either I misheard or they misspoke. So I think all these were in the game. I know at least some of them were. Yeah, there's definitely not anything seeming that seems new in terms of cyberware stuff that you can do on your face. I think it was either they misspoke or I misunderstood. For the minigames, go to Chinatown. Okay. I know there's one of the apartments, but I don't know if I have it unlocked, so. Just because I had to delete all my modified saves. Okay. have to like re-familiarize myself with everything. It's in the first lobby before going up the elevator on the right-hand side where two people are talking about whether Japan knows about Frankfurt. Interesting. Thanks for the extra details, too. I think that's going to make things a lot easier. Okay. Of course, the NCPD are just... I don't understand why they couldn't at least fix this, so the NCPD doesn't get mad at you on site. It's extremely frustrating. Okay, the question is whereabouts in... I don't think I have the apartment unlocked that has it. Hope they build more on the apartments too. Was hoping to see it expanded a bit more with 1.6, like new customization options for the other apartments. Yeah, definitely. I just wish... Yeah, the cops are gunning for me right now. Okay, you said somewhere in Chinatown, but the question is where... Where in Little China is it? So if I was doing this like months ago, I would know immediately where to go to find these arcade machines. But it's been so long since I've actively played this game that I don't even know where to start to look. I want to say something over here. Like in this area. Is my car underground? Okay, no. Thought it spawned underground. Hopefully bribes make it into the police overhaul. That would be nice. So I can just call and tell them to peeve off. See, the thing is, so many people wanted like a overhauled police system just because they want to be like chased by the police and everything, but I find police systems to be one of the most annoying things ever. Like sometimes I just want to chill. Not be chased around for the next half hour. I apologize for my driving skills. I'm apparently not good at looking over at chat while driving. See, this is the thing, too. A lot of people wanted more vehicles to be on street. They found that it wasn't populated enough. This amount of vehicles actually drives me insane. Because I can't drive anywhere. They all just get in my way. It's near the waterfront in Chinatown, but not sure exactly where. Yeah. We'll go check over here. This is where I think there's at least some, but we'll find out in a minute. See, like, I swear there's arcade machines somewhere in here. It's just the question is where. Hello? Arcade machines, where are you? I might just have to Google it. Let's quickly see if I have any of the apartments unlocked. Okay, I have enough eddies to buy it, so... Do we remember which apartment had it? Was it the Corpo Plaza? Yeah, I agree. Police make for a nice ambience, but unless there's more integration into moment-to-moment gameplay, such as jobs for police, bribes, etc., I find them kind of pointless, yeah. If anything, I just find them annoying if it's not like a fleshed out feature in the game. I honestly would have been fine if this game didn't have any form of police system. But that's just me. Okay, we'll quickly drive here. I can't remember which apartment has it, but... You think the Wells Bar got some arcade game machines? The cheapo apartment? Yeah, see, my Razer Chroma stuff is going off right now, and it's... I don't like it. My keyboard is flashing. Like, white and pink. And blue. And I'm not a fan. Okay. The Japantown? Or are we talking the super cheapo, north side? You know what? Let's go to this one. The north side? Alright, sweet. Thank you. Oh, hell no. That felt a little floaty. The physics are feeling a little floaty on this car right now. Like, it almost feels like I have, like, little jets on the bottom of the car. Who thought it would be so hard to find the arcade machines? Can I go this way, please? I don't want to loop back around. Oh my goodness. I can't edit out my driving skills. I swear I don't drive like this in person. We actually have to go that way. Listen, okay, I'm blaming the fact that I keep looking at chat, okay? That's the only reason, I swear. Alright, let's hop up here. Rent. It's gonna be hilarious if you guys lied to me and there's no arcade machines in here. Oh, there it is. Alright. Play. I'm doing fine. Okay, this should be interesting. So, up and down. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be... So, let's go to high scores. Okay. I'm gonna be terrible at this, just adds up. Okay, so seemingly I think it's just like... W to jump up? Oh, you can glitch up into the sky. I don't know if the... Okay, I think the bar at the bottom is your cooldown for that. I'm terrible. 87. I think it's a cooldown. I thought it was like an HP bar or something. Oh. You have to jump over the holes. Good to know. Wish there was some max stat gigs or corpo gigs to do. Yeah, I agree. See if we can get like a high score. Just because of the fact that they said that there's like a special reward. If we can't get it like this next try, then we'll just not go for it, but uh-oh. Look at us go. We're just so good. See, I can't tell if it's getting mad at me for doing the glitch or if that's like a temporary thing of invulnerability. This is so weird playing this in the game. Did I just hit something? Hours later? Oh, right, yeah, because we changed the location. Alright, here we go. Sweat. I don't know if I need to jump over that. Some of it isn't like super obvious that you have to jump over, but yeah, I think it's like temporary invulnerability. Oh my goodness, that's too low for comfort. Look at us go, we're amazing. Woo! Oh! Oh my goodness. And I threw! I threw! Okay, we're like way off the super high scores. You gotta play for a long time to get a super high score. I think they said, didn't they say like maybe top 7? Which isn't too hard. We got pretty close to top 7. Or was it top 3? Anyways, that's a pretty fun little mini game. No, exit. There we go. Thank you for playing. We got the little text message. You'll get into the top 5 in no time. Okay. Look at me, getting it wrong again. I couldn't even get that right. I said top 7 or top 3. I did both on either side, but not the top 5. Jackie is number 7. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, that's some of the features in this patch. The game seems to run well. I don't have my Steam overlay is not working right now, so I can't see my frame rate. So I can't guarantee or anything that it runs better. It seems to run smoother. But again, that could be complete. Why is this just randomly here? That could be completely random. I wanted to see. Yeah, because now we can actually do this. We can actually select our different outfits in here. A few people said that they liked the fact that you had to go to your wardrobe. You do have to go to your wardrobe to actually create the outfits, but to change them, you apparently don't have to go back. You just change them here. Which is interesting. Don't worry, I swear the dev said top 7 too. Yeah, that's what I thought, but yeah, maybe it was the fact that Jackie is 7. Bam, there we go. Change your outfit on the fly. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead. I think they added a new variant for a car. I don't think they actually added a new car. But yeah, that is some of the stuff in patch 1.6. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because I'm gonna go work on an info dump video where we dive super deep into this patch, some actual gameplay for stuff that's in the patch, as well as potentially a performance test between the two patches. We'll see. We'll see if I do that. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for dropping by this stream, everyone that joined during Night City Wire, everyone that was a part of REDstreams, everyone that's been sitting here and actually watching me mess about with no camera after it bugged out. I appreciate all you guys dropping by. I appreciate the super chat that we got today, and I hope to see you guys with a live stream again sometime in the near future. But that's it for the stream. Thanks again for watching. Got a few videos that you can go check out if you want to. If not, it's totally fine. And see you hopefully later today with that video.